So we are here today to introduce to you the best show that's going to be on YouTube from past, present, and future. We are here on the congregation couch. I am Pimp, aka the presidential intellectual masculinity perceived. This is my comrade and partner in crime and doing things that rhyme, Pastor Marquise Cummings.
Appreciate that introduction, man. God created mankind, so everything was good already. And then, while everything was good, he decided to create mankind in his own image.
His own image. We're going to start it off from the very beginning on what I believe to be what started all the simp things going on, the anti-pimp way, the anti-dip on your chip way, you know what I'm saying? The things that get you where you want to go, get you in your move and your groove. Adam fell us all, baby, and I'm here to let y'all know that the pimp way is on the way. You understand me? This 1100 thing is on the side right here with this pimping house. You know what I'm saying? This dip on my chip go long, understand me?
It go long.
It go long and strong, understand me, pal? Go long and strong, huh, baby?
We still,
you understand me,
this
pal?
guy right here, he still
understand me,
pal? We got to pray. We got to pray just to make it today.
We got to pray just to make it today.
I don't fool with them cantina things, pal. I eat them big chips, you understand me? I like a lot of dip, pal.
Maggi onion soup and Nestle reduced cream for the freshest, creamiest dip.
A whole lot of dip on my chip.
We're going to try to get back to this verse. He showed out every now and then. We got to wait on him sometime, but we're going to get back to the word.
So, I let them scoop, Pastor.
Verse 2. Verse 2. That's what happened when the word try to go full. Somebody always trying to talk.
Hey, big grab, Pastor. Hey, you know the big grab?
We never know how the show gonna go. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give him a moment.
Big grab, Pastor. Hey, Pastor, hold on.
Lord help. Verse 2.
We're all up there, Pastor. All of it.
Verse 2.
Understand me?
If at any moment your voice raises to a higher octave than a bass, you are no longer pimping, you singing.
Is it just about the voice, or is it what? Sometimes
I use the voice as an analogy. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta be loud and thunderous. Understand me?
I mean, a roar and a scream is two different things. You understand me?
Hey, that's a good analogy, pimp.
You hear me?
That's a good analogy, church. A roar and a scream is two different things. Understand me? That roar go come from deep in the belly. Understand me?
Yeah, I love to hear a man roar. What a man roar, boy, that made me sit down somewhere. You hear me?
Like a lion.
You know, and if you know me, you understand me. It's a little hard to make me sit down somewhere. But if I hear Mufasa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit my ass down somewhere.
Just tingles me.
Yeah, something about that does something to me. Yes, Lord.
Understand me?
There's a scripture that says, "What profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?"
This is a lesson for y'all simps out here, as far as the perspective of keeping your whole organization in order. Understand me? When you start simping, aka within the context of a man and a woman, Pastor, when you start trying to chase your woman and validate her and please her, what you don't understand, simp, is you actually putting that woman above the Lord. You don't know that in the time, but that's what you're doing. You know what's gonna happen? You guaranteed to lose the woman. You're gonna lose the woman because you put the woman above the Lord.
Without divine order.
Understand me?
Yeah.
So the Lord gonna take her from you. You think you're doing the right thing by worshiping her and laying out the red carpet for no reason whatsoever. Whatsoever, she ain't earned none of that. You just doing because you feel like it's the right thing to do, and the Lord go take you from her. I ain't seen one simp out here right now, Pastor, who is still winning. Every simp right now in 2022, Pastor, taking L's, big L's, Pastor. They losing everything they got, including the woman. All right, church. We in this thing with a superstars cast. Understand me? We doing big things in this thing. Understand me? We trying to change the world, baby. Understand me? I am your host for tonight. I am the presidential intellectual, masculine, perceived, understand me? Y'all know who I am. We're going to introduce our panel tonight. We already did another show. We get sent it to the editor. So we got another show in the Bank for Y'all Church. We got the nice, lovely host, myself, the president of the intellectual, masculine, perceived, AK, this pimping, understand me? Nice little lady to my left. What's your name now?
Nikki, the boss.
Nikki, the boss, understand me? What's your name, man?
I'm Shaquana. You can find me on social media. Black and educated. 15 black spelled BLK.
Why are you talking so loud?
Right? The mic is right there. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna catch you. Yes, aka QB.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Right.
And I am Nico KMA. You can find me Nico KMA on Facebook, Nico_KMA on Instagram, and check out Free Lunch Records, TimothyMarley.com, and go get the new album Life and Time Volume 2. It's heat, promise you. Because Nico said it. Hey! I like that.
And I'm Miss Awesome. You don't have to be so formal. You can just call me Awesome. You can
Miss
find
Awesome.
me on Instagram and Twitter at Miss_Awesome to you. On Facebook, it's Hannah Thompson or Miss Awesome.
And Awesome Beauty Bar. Go follow her on Instagram.
Yes,
She's doing big things with the hair.
Oh, cut over to Nikki the boss.
This right here to be exact.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
All right, church. So we're about to dive into these topics for the night. We got a pretty good spread for y'all, understand me? Come on in. The link is up in the top. Anybody want to chime in, understand me?
Call in too. We want to talk to y'all.
Understand me? I know it's late night.
You did.
Late night creeping.
This is past our viewers' bedtime. All right, church.
If you ain't the grown folks still up a little bit. Ain't gonna go to work tomorrow.
Nah, for real.
Right?
All right. So our first topic for the night, we're going to define love, understand me? So I think it's only right just to go ahead and start back to our left for Miss Nikki, understand me? What's your definition of love?
My definition of
We
love.
can't hear you.
They can hear.
Okay.
You can't
Yeah,
hear.
she's
They can
right
hear.
there.
Okay.
The viewers can hear.
Okay.
That's very hard, actually.
Well, you actively engaging it, so define. You ain't got to define it verbatim for everybody. What's your love look like? Understand me? You ain't got to go into detail. You ain't got to drop names. understand me,
Being
but whatever.
thoughtful, communication, being understanding.
That's harsh.
That's hard.
No, that's harsh.
Oh, I was about to say what? Love is showing me that you're trying. That it's so many different things to me. I don't know. You can't just make it one thing.
I'm going to go last. Next.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Find your microphone somewhere.
What's love to me? Personally, when I think of love, I just know the typical, biblical scripture, Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind. You know what I'm saying? That's what I know love is. But applying it to my life, for me personally, because that's just what
Talk to the guests.
that's just what love is described
Where's your
as.
camera right here?
But for me personally, I think love is kind of like Nikki said, changing your ways for me. That's a way to show, love, for me. I can't really describe or know what love is for myself. I know what, the scripture says of it, but as for defining it for my
What
life.
you know about scripture, man?
I once had my ways. I was a really good girl at one time.
I ain't heard you say one thing about scripture in 48 hours.
Because that's the only thing, when love comes to my mind, I just think of that scripture. That's why.
What you mean? Love is patient. Love is kind.
Right. That's what comes. That's the first thing. But I know love something that I was once.
You ain't always been a heathen.
The world has turned me who I am now, but I wasn't always this way. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah.
Have you been in love before? Or do you think you were?
I thought I was I thought I was in love. When I look back, I don't think I was in love. I found someone who provided for me and who looked out for me. And I thought that was love. But I look back, I don't feel like that was
So
that was love.
I got a button for you, man. Just
Okay.
so you experienced the buzz of this. Y'all already know what that means, church. Hey, y'all already know what that means, church. You don't want to hear that one right there, understand me? You hear that one, that means you did something wrong, understand me?
What she do wrong? Tell me.
We'll go get into it.
Okay.
Hey, what's y'all over there? What y'all in love right now?
I know, right? We do look in love.
Can't you see the love all over?
I love her.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
Love, I don't think that I understood love until I got with Miss Awesome. So where I thought I was in love before, and it actually.
That's awesome.
I was like, let me see what he's gonna do.
Okay.
But I really didn't understand it. You know, it was not just compromise, but somebody that was able to show me how to grow, somebody to show me how to be unconditionally in love and be motivated. And I know everybody hates that word motivated, but she actually motivated me to get to the point to where I am today. And it wasn't just that. It was the sex. It was the communication. It was the way we knew each other when we met each other. Like, I felt like we was in love on sight, but we took our time with it. We didn't just jump in head first. And I did that with a lot of other people, thinking that they were the one. But it wasn't until I met her that I understood that, yeah, I may have been in love before, but not like a grown up love. Like that deep love. Like, I'm willing to do anything for you and you willing to do anything for me. So for me, that's what love is.
In the Bible, aren't you supposed to love everybody?
I love everybody, but I don't love them the way I love
Oh,
her.
I know.
I ain't willing to jump out there for anybody else.
So yes, I think that love or being in love is just getting to know somebody and knowing them, and then it having like even a reflection, but it has like a deep impact on you, like in your thought process. Like even if I'm about to go to the store and get some chips, it'll be like, oh, I wonder if Nico probably wants something. Or, oh, I'm about to do something and I'm like, oh, what does she think about this? Or have you ever had like, this how you know you care about someone in general, just caring. Like if I feel like if I got into it with like one of y'all or something, or if I got into it with Nico, I would actually have the whole argument in my head before I had the argument. Just I know her that much.
That's an Aquarius too, though.
Yes,
yeah. Bro, I do that all the time.
I know her that much. So it's like waking up. When you wake up, this is the person that you think about. Before you go to bed, this is the person that you think about or you pray about. Or it's just.
But she would do things for me. Like I was in school, and I remember I needed a book or something, and I didn't ask her to go get it. She just went and got it. Like.
Take your ass to school.
Yeah, go.
That pressure.
Yeah, go get it. I ain't asked. It was like she knew what I needed before I even told her. So I
feel that.
I ain't gonna hold y'all up with our situation. Norris, Chuck Norris.
It's my turn. Understand?
Okay.
I said I'll go last.
Okay.
So y'all already mean the church understands my definition of love. My definition of love is nothing more than the balance between masculine and feminine energy. I harp on the energy because anyone can possess. In any race, sex, or anything, anybody at any given time can possess masculine or feminine energy at any point in time. Love is the balance between those energies. We are like magnets. The planet Earth has gravity. It produces electricity. We also produce electricity as human beings. That's why we can generate heat without batteries. That's why if you scrub your feet across the ground, you go shock somebody. That's just humans are made to live on Earth. We are beings of planet Earth, so it makes sense to me that we must follow the rules of Earth, and everything on Earth is polarized, including human beings. So what I've experienced and what I've derived from what love is, quote unquote, is nothing more than two individuals who have made a decision to maintain the opposite end of the magnet, meaning that they're always resonating energy that produces attraction.
What do you mean? It like pulls them together?
Yeah, so you got the masculinity and the femininity. So from my people, yoked is not, a lot of people misconstrue, and it may not necessarily be wrong. That's their definition, but I only measure by the results, right? So some people, when they hear the term equally yoked, they mean it's referring to two individuals bringing the same thing to the scenario. Mm-hmm. When, in my opinion, equally yoked is about two opposite ends of the yoke. It's a scale. It balances.
Like the yin and the yang.
Right. You can't have two of the same thing because even in math, right? a math equation is going to have two sides of the equation: the positive, negative, the subtraction, and the the multiplication and the division. That's just we learn this stuff as kids. Maybe the stuff we learned in school wasn't necessarily about us learning how to add and subtract. Maybe it's about learning how to be a human being. Maybe those equations were a little more in depth than we thought they were.
Right.
You know,
because you're doing it equal. Because it's two different things. It's like a 2 + 2 or this number, and you got to figure it out. But in the middle, it's equal.
That's why I feel like me and Broderick are completely different, but we balance each other out. Like I'm very nice, and so I balance out that temper of his, and then he communicates good. I network good. Like
But I think that when you go over there, you cross over the equal sign. So you go over there, and if that was positive, now you go over there. If you were positive, now you're negative. If you come back over, then like anytime you take something to the other side, you're either going to change from negative to positive. So as long as they're able to, gradually get where they need to be with you, then it's still going to be equal. So when you go negative, they need to go back over here, go positive.
Yeah, because you're subtracting it, you can take it over. Dang, I never thought about this. Is
you on to something?
No, that's a good thing.
Hey, church. I didn't just wake up yesterday, man. Everything I do makes sense, church. The church understands this. Understand me? Hold on, right quick, man. Hold on. Understand me?
Hey.
Understand me?
I liked it.
The church know. You know, this ain't supposed to be. I figured it out. I had 3 lovely ladies, and it was good till it wasn't good. You understand?
Yeah.
It made sense till it didn't.
Oh yeah.
And it can get back to that point, but if the energy ain't balanced, then there's no need. It can come. This is the thing that men got to understand: not men, as the masculine individual in the scenario, you have to have the ability to cut it off or reprimand the individual. And the only way you can reprimand somebody is you got to get yourself in order first. You can't correct nobody else when you ain't in order.
Yeah.
The problem nowadays in 2023 is that you got so many people trying to correct somebody when they out of order.
The blind leading the blind.
Right. So I'm not gonna take instructions from you when I can see you up here messing up and you need a place to stay and you're always a day late, $1 short. Well, I'm gonna listen to you.
But you can also speak to experience because you can teach them from that experience level that you've been through. Even let's just say it's somebody that just might need a little bit of advice to clean up the edges, put the pressure on the diamond, to make it be the precious stone that it should be. So I understand what you're saying, but that equation thing was good.
That was great. But him having 3 women at the same time, he had all.
I don't know how.
How could you handle that?
I tried before.
Well,
I tried too. I gotta mix that up.
He had everything. He had
Look like wrong nigga. Like
multiplication, division, parentheses.
None of them was Aquarius, because Aquarius are emotional.
The thing
it's hard having
that only made sense because from my perspective, I wasn't holding anything against them. I wouldn't, but they had quote unquote what we consider baggage, but I didn't hold that baggage against them. I don't have any children, and I make enough money to where I can kind of put myself right. I can be out here single and slanging until I die. Yeah, really. I can be Hugh Hefner, but I decided to settle down with them 3 because I was dating them. The scenario wasn't, oh, I want to go have 3 girlfriends. The scenario was I was dating 3 women, and I cared about all of them. I invited them to my birthday party, and they all got along together. So I decided, hey, we need to have a talk about what's going on. And they all made the decision that, hey, we're going to try to work this thing out. And it lasted till it didn't. And that's life. It's okay. There was ain't no bad blood, nothing. We, the only one that kind of, 2 of the BBWs, I kind of like got onto them, but it wasn't like I'm mad or nothing. It's just like, hey, this ain't working out. So I think we did a pretty good job defining that, church. Understand me? If you ain't got a good definition of love, you should have one right now. Understand me?
Hold on, what you want to say?
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, I thought you said you had to say something.
Oh,
no, I said
a lover's quarrel, church.
Oh, okay.
A lover's quarrel.
Scolded me. On camera line.
I can't find the button. I can't. We're going to get this.
We gotta get our buttons right. I came here for the buttons.
I can't. You closer to it.
I know you got to teach me, but not tonight.
They labeled. You just start pressing them.
Pressing out.
We'll find out what they say. Yeah. Understand? All right. So I think we did a pretty good job on that. We moved on to the next topic. Have you ever been in love? Understand me? We want to start on the same side, or we want to go? Who want to go
Well, I
first?
think ours is obvious.
Yeah, we've been in
We'll
love.
start
So
with
we
them.
have, that's how we're gonna say we've been in love before. We good on that.
That's it.
I don't think.
How do you know though?
Corner bug.
I
How
don't-
do I know?
No,
I
I'm
just
just
told you.
I know.
I don't think I've ever been in love before, but I felt like people have dated some people who loved me, but it wasn't mutual.
It wasn't reciprocal.
Was it like I fell in love with them because of the way they supported me, the way they provided for me, the way they did for me. But for some reason, like, and I played my part as a girlfriend, like you know what I'm saying. I played my part.
What was your part?
To be there when he needed me.
We had a good discussion.
I was
dive in.
I was loyal. Like for example,
See, right? This why I know you ain't really necessarily doing what you gotta do.
okay, for example,
Hold on now. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
I done gave you a couple conversations about this mic. You talking into the ether.
Okay.
So that means you don't listen.
Hey,
So-
it looks like you got a hard time with this thing.
Like I felt like they loved me, but I didn't like love them back. Although I did play my part like I was supposed to as a girlfriend.
Yes.
Like I was there when he needed me. I was loyal. I wasn't talking to nobody else. I wanted to be a girlfriend, and I wanted to be a good girlfriend because I weigh my titles heavy, and I play that part. But I didn't feel. I knew I didn't love him the way that I know. I didn't really care for him the way he cared for me, but I felt like I was more in love with the way he cared for me than I was with him himself.
So I think you're trying to
I was
say
gonna
that
ask you, somebody saying
everything.
Everything
that
we gotta read these comments. When people comment, we gotta read them. Break them out. Christopher Bob, he one of my loyal supporters. I don't know this man, but he just doing a salute.
Already.
There's another content creator man named Minister Jap. I had one on this show. I got like about 30 or 40 subscribers up there. He talked red pill content, but his perspective is way more aggressive than I'm trying.
I'm used to it. I like red pill content.
I love it.
But his is like on another level. Not to say it's bad, but his is to the point to where it's a struggle to get that message out there the way he's conveying it, because the algorithm on YouTube doesn't. If you ask me, it doesn't want men speaking that way.
They don't
Right.
want, but
So
they don't even want
harsh and
this
so
content.
raw and uncut. There's a reason why I'm trying to do this the way I'm doing it with the scripture. I got ladies here. I'm here with a bunch of girls. This could get real catty real quick.
Yeah, but they can never. It's
Not like this group. I don't think.
It could potentially, like if your cousin was here.
Nah, for
But I
real,
like
bro.
that, though.
Yeah, your
I like that, though.
cousin. It would have got real catty real
We like
quick.
that.
But if you get
Stage.
because there was
Stage
and I can decipher that real easy. She admitted herself.
Bro, I was gonna bring Jenny.
I'm a masculine girl. She said it out of her mouth.
Well, I don't
Not
think
to say that it's not a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
That's just what she said.
But she's
She
just
didn't seem
I think she's not masculine.
She seems
She's just
very
like a
masculine
shit.
to me.
Like she stand up for herself. She's like no punk.
But she's not.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what that
She
is.
has her own views and you have your own views. So for y'all would bump heads a lot because she actually wanted to come back. I don't think
Yes.
she could come today because she did.
Yeah.
She went back and actually watched a few of your shows. And I think she had a lot to say, and I think y'all could have a good conversation.
Everybody hates me until they actually hear what I have to say. Until they actually
Well, I don't
listen.
know if she.
So y'all, you feel like y'all beefing
No.
or something? Or
No. I don't
Did
have.
y'all get into it?
I don't have.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh.
she.
You were
she
here
just-
for everything that
She
happened.
just has opposing views.
It's not necessarily masculine energy that she's putting
Just
out.
a-
Yes,
It's
I think
just
she's
that
masculine.
That was.
I
That was
feel
her-
like
her-
though I put out
she-
masculine
she-
energy
she
though
said the word masculine.
sometimes.
yeah,
Find
what
herself.
she
I didn't
said
call that.
basically she's
Yeah.
trying to, you know,
She used the
so-
word masculine to
so
call.
she's
for
just
her.
as opinionated about her
She's
opinion
very
as you are
opinionated.
opinionated
Yeah.
as your opinion. But you have a thing with masculine and feminine, so you think that she's not supposed to explain it.
No,
She's
I
supposed to be
didn't
like-
add nothing
I
to
see
it.
what you're saying.
She said the words. She described herself as masculine. I didn't use that word to define her.
Oh yes, okay.
She
I
did.
get what
I
you're
didn't-
saying.
I never
didn't
said
know. I
that.
didn't remember her.
Oh,
She
okay.
said.
I
She
think
said
might have
verbatim.
said it.
She said verbatim, I am a very masculine woman, but that don't mean that she went down there, I ain't no punk or you. Her exact words were, I'm a masculine woman, and who are you to correct me on anything? And then
So
my
that's-
response was, I'm just a dude who get everything he want out of life.
Right. So this is what I'm saying though. That's where it stems from that. Because as women, we've always been at the lower part of the totem pole. So our whole thing was always getting ahead. Like even a long time ago, we getting ahead. We got to get this. Our money at the same as theirs. This and this and that. So she's describing herself as masculine, but really she's just a woman.
Yeah,
and
that
she's
doesn't
very
want to be
submissive.
treated as a woman in regards to a man.
Yeah, that's why she described herself. But I still don't agree that she's masculine.
I
don't think that Stacia is either, because I've seen her in a conversation with her dude, and she's held a dude down, and it's not just about, okay, if you do what I want you to do, I'm gonna hold you down, or it's building a relationship. If she feels comfortable with you, then she's gonna build that relationship with you. But I think y'all had bumped heads because when we debate as people, sometimes we feel like we got to argue, and I don't think that we need to argue the debate. If you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and I'm not. But if you're that type of person, and we can't just have a conversation and either agree to disagree, because it's coming off like your views just may be the worldview, and it can't be like that. Some people have different views, so that's how I think she loved feeling.
Yeah, I don't think she came out as masculine to me, because to me she came off motherly. I just saw her as motherly. She's nurturing. So that's why I can't see her as masculine, because all she talked about was her kids and like her duties as a mother. So I couldn't see masculine after.
So that's why she has to be that way. She has to be there. She went through a lot probably with her, and I don't want to put her business out there, so I won't even go there. But she's had to be there for her kid and set a way for her kid.
Yeah, I saw as motherly. Yeah, and like masculine is totally the opposite of motherly.
Yeah.
So
she's just strong.
She's strong.
If you're a woman, there's a word. They're gonna always use a word to define you.
Yeah.
So masculinity is not really actually the word. You just might be a strong woman.
And Chuck Norris, y'all can walk in the office and demand a certain thing. You know what I mean? Y'all can demand it. Y'all can negotiate. Y'all can, y'all can walk in and negotiate. And when a woman comes in,
hey, we're not
she's difficult. She's difficult.
Or she's insubordinate.
I've never
you negotiate what you want.
In my years of working in corporate America, which has been a pretty good while now, I have never had issues with women ever.
No, you're not going. I'm talking about in a corporate structure.
If you went in and talked to your boss and said, "Hey," it would be okay for you to say, "Hey, I think that we should talk about this." You say, "Hey, let me talk about you about this." But a woman, she's gonna have to send an email.
Is this a topic we going way down the rabbit hole?
We are going down the rabbit hole.
And I had another comment to post up by Charisma Bob.
I know, but you gonna have a sideboard conversation.
And this, like I said, this is a great comment from Charisma Bob. And this is what I'm trying to do, right?
What did he say? Go ahead.
He said, "Your show is fire. Motivated me to get back in the word." This is the goal of the show, is to give people a basis of understanding, a baseline of knowledge, to where whatever hardships you've gone through in life, there is a way to prevent them.
Right. We all know that. That's why you got women that forge ahead and have had to show you that, hey, I understand you're my man, but at the same time, I got to get what I want in life too. It ain't gonna I'm gonna support you, which I think a lot of women do. The women have to come home, support their man, go out in the world and make sure everything's good, and then still come back, raise the kids, still come back. Women do a lot, and they do, I guess they do get their credit in 2023, but it's still a fight.
And it took a long
It's
time.
still a warfare between men and women that it shouldn't be when y'all are on the same page, actually. That's been my thing. I feel like y'all, men and women, are fighting for no reason when y'all are on the same page. All y'all got to do is communicate. I don't got to put you down. You might have a goal to run a business. She might have a goal to do this. Y'all have to communicate that. And yes, in some ways, to be on the same page. So I feel like men and women are actually fighting for no reason right now in 2023. What you say to that, Norris?
Anybody else want to chime in before I go in on this?
I agree. I feel like we live in cancel culture. I feel like people always want an opinion about something. I always want something to say, but in reality, we're for the same cause. In reality,
y'all are, but
people always want something to argue about. Yep. People always want something to say, but we're always so used to thinking about our next rebuttal than actually thinking about what the person actually saying at the moment.
Right.
It's the same thing.
We're speaking and we're not listening.
Yeah.
And like
you're too busy thinking about what I want to say next, but she's saying what you about to
Right.
say next, but you're too busy thinking about what
I
you're going to say next.
I can be thinking the same thing you thinking. I can be thinking the same thing.
And we just
Laura's
articulate it
thinking.
differently.
And we
Yeah.
articulating it different. Cause I'm sorry for cussing. But we're past the 7 seconds, right? We good. So I'm sorry you too.
It's a late night show anyway.
Oh, okay. But
don't go ham.
I'm not trying to we've been actually doing
Don't
good.
go down like you was in the schoolyard.
When you mentioned it though, that's when I fuck up. I'm me missing.
See,
Literally, she just said that's how
trying to build character
that's that
here,
energy that you have. That's what you put out there is what you
Yeah.
get.
Sorry,
And that's for real. That's real
That
talk.
is true.
What you said about energy?
The law of attraction.
Right, exactly.
But what were you? Come on, break me down. Break me down, pimp. Break me down.
I'm not. It's not about you.
No, I mean I'm saying break it down. Go ahead.
Anybody else want to go?
We do not. We want to hear what you.
Okay. All right. It goes back to what I'm really just saying. You can't maintain both sides of the coin at the same time.
What you mean?
The issues between amongst men and women is that everybody or both parties want to be the chief at the same time. You can't have two chiefs to one tribe. The hierarchy of a romantic relationship between a man and a woman. So there's a stark difference between a working relationship where like a co-worker or somebody you know or a friend.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship is very different than a romantic relationship. The proper hierarchy of a romantic relationship is actually employee-employer. A lot of people don't agree with that, but that's actually how it goes. Somebody is the boss and somebody is the extremely valuable employee. People have an issue with the word employee, but the business don't run without the employees. You are still extremely important to the business, but you want to be the boss. So it's a derogatory term for whoever is the feminine individual to be referred to as the employee in the scenario. There's nothing wrong with being an outstanding board of directors.
Well, damn.
Dang, can it be president and vice president at least?
CFO.
But as far as that, that's what you can have.
He said board of director.
I think that
You can have your opinion on that.
if your school is sometimes my business is not your business.
Right.
Sometimes you just say, okay, you want to do that? Go ahead and do that. And I run it the way I want to run it. And then I'll be like, okay, you do that and you run it the way you want to run it. If we're running something together, you're going to have your task and I'm going to have mine.
And not all relationships are the same. You do what best fits you and your partner, and you make it work. So that could be what's best for you. The employer, the employee.
Look, Juana, he said you bad with instructions, baby. Now you got to learn these instructions now.
I'm just saying, like, you do what's best for you in your relationship. The employee-employer role may not work as best for you in your position. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's you and your partner, and it's y'all against the world. You know what I'm saying? Right. People are always gonna have something to say about what you got going on in your relationship. So like I said, you do what works best for you and your partner, and fuck everybody else. At least y'all know what type of relationships work for y'all. Like that is like bomb.
And that's exactly what love
Damn,
is.
we do have a lot of comments with that.
No, it ain't been.
Okay.
What's the T? You can look it up on my phone.
Yeah, I've been wanting to look. I'm so nosy.
What they be saying?
She loves
see
to
what the
read.
crowd is saying.
People turn it on. It's kind of late at night. They'll see.
Yeah, because I always thought people always got rules of some relationships. I'm like, that's for you.
All right, so all right. Back to what I was saying. Right. The game of life is a game. You don't have a game, you play the game. So what I subscribe to and what I know to be true helps me to win the game every time. Any and every individual that subscribes to these rules of the game will win the game. It's inevitable. This is why I make it very scriptural, biblically based. So if you have an issue with the birds and the bees on how God designed human beings, your issue is not with me. Your issue is with God. And I stand on that. I am a living testament of that. My results show that I am correct because God said so. If we wanted, we can talk about it all day. And that's not a trump card. That's just what it is for me. Not to say that anybody, there's plenty of heathens out here that have never known God, and people who go to church every day and still don't understand this stuff. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. All I'm going to do, all I'm going to say to somebody who says they think they know it, show me your results. What life experiences have you had? How successful were you in whatever it is you try to do? Where is your love interest, and how did it go for you? And how was it when you was there? And just tell the truth about it. And I guarantee my experience was a lot better than yours. And I was one of the victims of this myself before I learned the error of my ways and made some corrections. This metamorphosis for me was not about me blaming women for the fact of how they are. It was about me taking responsibility for my piece of the chaos, of my failure to maintain my level of masculinity, to make sure women are always attracted to me. Every woman
what was like a failure that you think you did? I already know your story, and I'm sure the audience does too.
Yeah,
but what do you think? So
I fell into the trap of the thinking that men and women can be friends, like platonic friends, and that's just what it is. You can start there, but men and women are not designed, or two individuals who are attracted to each other are not designed to be around each other for long without somebody wanting more than just buddy stuff.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I agree. That's how we started.
I agree with that.
I disagree.
This is going to be another hard lesson for you. For any woman that disagrees, I'm going to make a bet.
No, it is. It's hard.
I say I disagree because I do have a college friend who is a male. I spent the night in the same bed.
I did the same stuff.
Never had sex. Never kissed.
But did you want to?
Yeah.
Or did you ever feel like he wanted to?
He probably wanted to.
Okay, so then no.
Okay, for real. Like I met him and like really on some college shit. He was just like, I was like him, no, I haven't met anyone here. I don't have any friends here yet. He told me, I'll be your friend. And he's played that part in that role.
But when you said that,
keyword play.
When you initially, you did throw out that you literally said play. Initially, when you said that, and he was okay to be willing to do that, were you taken aback by him being willing to do it?
He was like, well, I'll be your friend.
I know, but when you said it and he said, well, I'll be your friend.
I can never say he was lying because I ain't gonna lie.
No. This is what I'm trying to say. How did you think when he played the part? Were you taken aback by it?
No. I was just like, yes, I got a friend. I appreciate that. Now we really played the friend's role.
You never
had a romantic relationship or anything.
And you've never thought why he did it? Have you ever thought about it?
I think that at one point during our friendship, he wanted to, but I wasn't reciprocating, so he kind of lost.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But that was years later, though.
But
it doesn't work. Yeah. Even though we won't do it, they might do it.
That goes back to my point. There is no such thing as male and female friends within that constraint if they are attracted to you. That's not how it exists. This is another hard lesson for women, especially women who.
But we've never had relationships.
It doesn't
matter. It doesn't matter. You want to.
But he was attracted to you at one point.
He's going to play the nice guy role because he's too chicken shit to ask the real question. What do you want to? He wants smash.
He needs you to go ahead and give him the go ahead.
Because every friend I've ever had, I promise you, at some point wanted a relationship, and whether I friend zone them or not. If I went and took that opportunity, it would be there. And I'm not trying to just be like so braggadocious. But shoot, when I met Hannah, I tried to act like I knew I liked her, and I played the game for a little while. I'm sorry. Should I say this on YouTube? Bro. I played the game a little bit, you know.
Did you say it?
Well, I already said it. We don't lie. But I'm just saying, but I held back until it was the right time. But I liked her. Even though this is my friend, girl, come and give me that ass. Like,
what if they never say that they like you or present feelings towards you?
A lot of times that happens.
What's a little while?
It was a while.
Which goes back to my point. These are hard lessons to learn, right? So to continue my story.
My bad.
We're steady doing confirmation.
Just for it to come full circle and provide the context.
Yeah.
Once I stopped doing all that friend zone stuff, not only she smashed, and not only did she smash, her homegirl's cousin wanted to smash the same night.
God
And we all want to smash. So what's up? Let's just smash together. Like you want it. Like what? Let's just be on team. Like what's up?
Let's be on the same team.
Let's be on the same team.
Let's get a ring. Let's go get a ring.
So in the end, men and women can't be friends.
Hey, church, I play to win the game. Understand me? I don't play to lose.
Me?
I don't take L. I know the rules of the game, and I play it to win. And I'm not playing to win. I just know I'm going to win. I ain't took a L in 5 years with this energy stuff. It is extremely consistent. I have never. In 5 years, I have not had a woman even attempt to put me in the friend zone. Not even attempted.
Well, at this age, I don't see that either.
Nah, but you had a girl that was scared to move forward with which I was building. So that
ain't the friends on that. She was the reason why she was hesitant is because she wanted me to herself. It had nothing to do with her not wanting to be with me.
But I feel like with you,
and I gave her that was the purpose of the talk.
Yeah.
So my talk was not about I want 3 girlfriends and y'all all gonna be with me. That's just that. No, my talk was this verbatim. Okay, this is what it looks like right now. I care for all 3 of y'all. Mm-hmm. Here's the scenario for me to be with either one of y'all individually. Mm-hmm. Here's the tasks.
Watch girl one and watch girl 2. This is what I'm missing from you.
No, it wasn't.
Honestly,
it wasn't.
You don't think so?
The thing is, it was different things with all 3 of them. It wasn't
exactly.
I know that,
but it wasn't like I was saying, "Hey, be more like her."
No, that's not what she's saying. She's saying, see what she's giving you, see what she's giving you, and
but that wasn't the conversation though. It was.
That wasn't what your conversation.
No, my conversation was individually. When I was speaking to them, it's if the other 2 weren't even in the room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To the point to where one of them got jealous because one of them, the one that actually got what they feel like they needed, one of them was like, "I wanted that too." Mm-hmm. But you gotta treat them
all the same.
No.
Yeah, you can't show favoritism.
I'm not showing favoritism.
The Muslim religion say too.
I'm not showing favoritism. I'm treating them as the individuals they are.
I got you.
But if they're being feminine, aren't they supposed to be emotional? Doesn't that come with being feminine?
I didn't say it was wrong. What was going on?
If I call Nikki pretty, it's okay. It's not okay if I just call her pretty. I have to be like, Nikki, you're pretty. Norris, you're pretty. You're pretty.
Yeah,
I have to tell everybody in the whole office.
Yeah, that's the Muslim religion. You got to make sure that they know you don't show praises to them, even if you do.
But I do find that when I see, even when I look online on YouTube and see, like Brother Polite had like 4. Do you know Brother Polite? Chuck?
No.
Okay, so he had like 4 or 5 women. He was in the conscious community, and he just couldn't keep them all. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying he couldn't because it was so good at first. But it's like people. I feel
after
like
what you see,
I feel like people they're agreeable about it in the beginning, but then when you start getting in it, it's like you start keeping it.
My scenario is going to be contingent on and I also subscribe to this, right? If I'm going to take this on, I need to also take on the responsibility. If need be, I can take care of all of them financially, and they don't have to do nothing. They need the option to be able to just chill out if they wanted to.
That man got money.
See, that's the thing. People just think it's just having multiple bitches or women. But the thing is, it's a whole religion around it that teaches you how to treat these multiple women, how to not show favoritism, how to, program them, how to get into their mind.
Honestly, though.
The Muslim religion is a whole religion about how you should treat your women.
I'm not Muslim.
But people only think of,
I'm not Muslim.
I can high five bitches, and that's my religion. It's a whole thing behind.
I'm not even religious. I'm not even religious at all. The only reason I read the Bible because I was born in the United States.
But you gotta have a strategy if you have multiple girls.
I definitely agree with that.
I do have a strategy. My strategy is to maintain my masculinity. They are inherently going to be attracted to my masculinity.
So you're saying you're the resource. You're the one. You're the go-to. They need to follow your instruction.
I did the work. I did the work to put myself in that position.
Okay. So
if they're not comfortable following my lead, then they can just. It's not a bad thing if they can go. I'm not. Nobody's held hostage. Yeah. Exactly. As soon as you don't like the scenario, then you can go.
Right. Yeah.
And a matter of fact, everybody that left, the ones that they put in, they got their money back, or in the process of getting their money back.
Well, damn, at least you get your money back.
Give me because I got my receipt.
For real. For real.
To me, that's the masculine thing.
What's the return policy? 30 days.
I just spent more than that on them. But the fact that they invested, I'm gonna reciprocate and say, hey, I appreciate it. I'm doing okay in life. I can afford to give you 2 G's back. It ain't a big deal.
Okay. So well, gotcha.
Wait on my taxes, even though
No.
I didn't get a stimulus check, but I'm waiting on my taxes.
Right.
I need to figure out how to finesse
Wait on my
something.
taxes.
Now you should have got a stimulus. We need to talk about that because
I
you
ain't
need
got
some
one,
money. I know you donate a lot and do a lot of stuff.
That's what I need to figure out. I should be able to finesse about. I ain't gonna say all that on camera.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Not too much game. Not too much game.
We kind of got sidetracked, but we got some more topics.
think
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go. We got some wonderful.
I like this content.
Yeah. So
Where we at? We probably still on the third topic.
I think we kind of covered this, but it's just
I
kind of
think
like
we covered
overlap. Like, how do you know you're in love?
We did that. You can skip that.
You can skip that. We talked a lot. How do you show love? I think we kind of hit on that a little
We
bit.
done hit on so many
We
topics.
can go into depth a little bit more on how do you show love.
How do you show love?
How
I want to
do
know what
you-
you do to
how
show
do
love
you
because you
make-
don't
No, for real. How do
believe
you?
in the
Right.
customary. What is it? Customary? Is that a word? You don't believe in the standard.
Customary
form of
standards of love.
My-
So how do you make your
You said you ain't even in love though, so
How do you
Well,
make
he
that
don't
emotional
believe in
feeling?
the standard?
Being
love.
in love is probably it's a foolish thing for a man to do. Actually,
why is that?
because you start.
Oh, I think we
You
got
start-
I think
content.
I think you get a penis better when you in love.
Not necessarily. So so the hierarchy for a man is God first, purpose, and everything below that.
But you going by what the standards
So are women supposed to be in love and not men?
And
Well,
it's not even necessarily about her being in love. It just needs to make logical sense, whatever she's doing. A woman shows her love to me by being what I need her to be, whatever
Which
that may
is
be, which means
Femininity.
feminine, and useful.
And
So-
useful. Yes.
Be
Talk
feminine.
about that useful. You always say that.
You're
So,
useful, you look useless.
Context of useful. One of my BBWs was 2 of them was on the show. They all invested. One of them was doing all my thumbnails for my show. One of them doing, and I ain't really asking for nothing else. Now I'm tasking them with, hey, go be great and go be rich and go figure out how to make a lot of money. Not to give it to me, just for yourself. You got your own kids and your own family and stuff that you had before I even was around.
So wouldn't that be an independent woman?
Yeah, but
But he's making she's
see, I don't want a dependent woman. I don't ever want her to be dependent.
So I think that
You can be independent and still feminine. You can be a strong masculine female outside of the house. You just can't do that when you're around me. That's the slippery slope.
So then that's the word. Then we need to be saying submissive.
Yes.
You know,
I agree.
Submissive. I feel that. I get that.
That word to me is kind of misused and overused because people throw it around, and women in particular I've seen, they'll say they'll do it conditionally. When
based on what they
submissive.
want from
Let's bring up the Muslim thing because you brought that up.
Yeah, but see, submissive to me it's a feeling more than an act. For me, submissive, that means that I trust you, I believe in you, I depend on you. I'm putting my whole life into your words. That's what submissive means to me. So with that being said, I've got to trust you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be smart. You have to be. For me, it's not an action. For me, it's how I feel.
Yeah. That's
so you know, if I would love, who doesn't
trust.
want to surrender and trust somebody with their life? That's a blessing to be able to do that.
Just to be able to.
But it's a feeling for me. Like, if I'm smarter than you and you dumb as fuck, I'm not gonna be submissive. If I'm bringing in more money than you and I'm providing for you because you gambled your money away, how am I supposed to be? Hold on, girl.
Bro, I know.
And Lake Charles 2021.
Hold on.
Lake Charles and Louisiana.
All I got is my money to give back.
we were at the craps table.
It went left real quick, y'all.
So,
real
I'm just
quick.
saying, like, the submissive to me is a feeling for me. It's not. A lot of people say it's action.
Oh my god!
But to me, it's a feeling.
Oh my god!
It's not a feeling. No.
How am I supposed
No,
to be
you're
submissive?
supposed to trust that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to trust the energy and trust that God.
Submissive is not a feeling or an action. It is a noun. It is something you just are. If you are submissive or you are not submissive,
It's an opposite.
nothing any other human being should be able to do other than you should affect your level of submissiveness. The same way no other human other than me can affect my level of masculinity. or affect my level of leadership.
I'm not gonna, like I told you, I'm not gonna be submissive to someone who's gambling money away.
Are you saying that she should be submissive to each man that she be with?
To everybody.
That's what I want to ask you to do it all.
I'm saying to the right person.
But obviously, the thing is, you are speaking this story you're telling seems like it's one you speaking from experience.
Right, it is.
So my point is that if you are a submissive person, and generally speaking, you will never be in a situation where you are with someone who is not worthy of submitting to.
Right, because I'm not gonna submit.
No, you did anyway.
Wait, so do you go in a relationship?
But my point is that the men that are worthy of submitting to are not going to wait for you to show that you are submissive. He's going to recognize extremely fast she's not submissive.
You got to give me a reason to trust you with your life.
But I agree with him though. I think you should go in openly, like submitting, being the female you're supposed to be, just like he's supposed to be. Go into the relationship as a man he's supposed to be.
But a lot of men ain't like that. A lot of men pay for money.
It also leads back to the men that they're choosing.
Right. If you're choosing, you're right. And they go with energy, just like you say too. You got to read that energy.
Okay, well, what else can I get you to do?
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, what else can I get you to do?
These topics gonna make these women talk.
I'm letting y'all talk. I'm letting y'all get it all out because I got the answers for all the questions. Yeah. It's up to you on whether you want to learn. If this is your decisions tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He understood the assignment.
If you go learn the rules of the game and learn how to win, or you can keep losing.
Right.
I'm not losing the game.
So, do you want to win? The question is, do you?
That's the question. Do you want to put yourself on the path that's going to produce a baby mama, or you want to be a wife? You got to make this a decision for yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
They both
Who wants to be a winner there?
No, they
I don't think so. I think with the right.
So
man,
wait, you're looking for a wife?
I'm not against marriage.
Baby mama get done wrong just as much as the wife does.
If I met a woman that can check all the blocks that I need, she's feminine, useful, and ain't got no baggage, then I'm not going to be.
What's
baggage? You got no baggage.
What's baggage?
Baggage is.
Oh, we don't have no age, no baggage at your
like
at 35.
Is baggage.
Kids are a level.
Everybody has a past.
I'm not judging you based on your past,
but
your
has
past is
no
the fact.
Kids.
I don't have to.
I have no kids neither, but no kid I would ever say is baggage. Come on now.
No, I'm saying so.
It's baggage because I got to take care of them.
Yeah, he coming in with no kids. And nothing against kids, but you coming in with no kids.
I understand
that. Taking on extra weight.
But that's why I never dated a guy that didn't have kids because, like, I'm bringing baggage to that guy that don't got kids.
I don't have no kids, I wouldn't
understand
say a guy with kids is baggage. So that's fucked up. Like,
you
I don't think that either.
And you put a negative connotation on it. I already told you I was in a relationship with 3 women who all had baggage. I didn't have an issue with it.
But he said the woman he wanted to marry.
The ideal woman that I would marry tomorrow would have to come with be feminine,
submissive.
Extremely feminine.
You prefer
extremely useful and no baggage. I'll marry her tomorrow.
Extremely useful.
Oh shit! No that's a love connection on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No kids, no kids.
Don't mean I got no baggage.
No, that's not what he said tomorrow. Can you be useful?
Can you be useful? She can't manage a microphone.
Bro, Quana, tell him to get off you, bro. Tell him to get off you.
I guess we don't have a love connection. To answer your question.
Get the microphone right.
We don't have a love connection, you guys.
He does like to teach people too, so that's 2 birds.
I don't know. I feel like y'all balanced, but I don't know.
The thing is, this is the reality of the scenario, man. Any woman who's around me for a certain amount of time is going to naturally be attracted to me because number one, masculinity is so rare anyway. There's so many men that don't maintain it or have it ever.
Bitches these days,
right? Sure. So what I'm teaching women is to recognize the guys who ain't worthy of submission before you find yourself in Atlantic City and he broke.
But that's what you right. But you weren't teaching that.
What do you mean?
But you weren't teaching. You didn't say nothing. You just said about how to find it. You just said about how to find the right guy.
How do you find?
He said, but you did it and you wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what he said.
Because I play my role, because I just play my role, not because I have the feelings and the heart and love for someone.
I think you didn't necessarily want to do it. You just did it because that's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
But what you're supposed to do is be a feminine, useful woman, not be up here taking care of dudes who can't afford to take care of themselves.
Honestly.
Or putting yourself in a bad situation where the guy's not worthy of anything you're doing, but you're doing anyway, hoping that he get right. A man who is in position, you don't need to hope he's going to get right. He's
Bro,
just
you
gonna
just
be
read
right.
us real quick.
You're right.
Real-
This is my past,
Asking you for
y'all.
$100.
I'm not. Just, I've heard
But
this story.
it's still haunting you
a million times.
It's seeping out during the show because it's
Yeah, I got to give him $100.
she was like, hold on,
You
now
had
they're asking
There
you
are
for
millions
Don't do
of-
it no more.
There are
Talking about they
millions
dumb.
of men and women in this scenario where they don't know the rules of engagement. No man should be worried about dating until he gets himself in some
Right.
kind of financially stable
I agree.
position.
Honestly,
Yes, Lord.
But you'll
Say
clap.
honestly.
But
Clap
this
it
is the
out.
thing. You'll clap for that, but then when we
Damn, God.
you'll clap for that. But when we talk about the prerequisites for you, for the man that you actually want to actually select you, you're like, I'm not doing
Nah,
that.
I feel like I
You
should
can't have
bring.
it both ways.
I don't agree with you.
I believe in my life.
You can't have the positive. It's
My
you gonna
life
have
is
the
all I
negative and the
got.
positive.
She's ready to exhale though. Like she's
My
looking
life
for
is
that
all I
person.
got.
She hasn't said
She
that
is
she's
waiting
not.
to exhale.
I was gonna say I want to be
She
submissive.
wants to lay
I
down
want
in the bed and just like,
Stop.
I
Listen,
want
listen.
someone to tell me the answers and guide me. I would love to be that
You
way.
done got a bunch of nuggets in 48 hours. It's up to you to choose to use them.
I don't choose the right guys. I admit that I don't. I'm not perfect.
You
I
gotta
don't.
look.
Do you read energy?
I don't choose the right guys.
Do you
Right,
feel
do
energy?
you read energy?
I feel like love
I feel like
is
we always
when a guy.
No,
when a guy just
you
do
didn't
for
answer me. Do you be feeling that energy? Do
Oh
you
yeah,
read energy?
I do. It's got me out of. It's got me out of. I avoided situations because I do.
Well, you.
But I just
maybe
like guys that do for me and make me feel love, but I don't really be loving them.
Do you know
But
what
you
real
know
love
what?
feels like?
Yeah.
Because you
No,
said
I've
make you
never been
feel.
in love.
Then how can you say that then? That make you feel love? Like you don't even know what that feel like.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I
she's-
have, or
she
maybe I
said
haven't.
she
I don't
like-
think I have.
She's saying that she makes people fall in love with her, but she's not reciprocating. But you're not reciprocating because you're just being a good girlfriend, quote unquote. What
Yeah,
you
I
think
play
a
my
good
role.
girlfriend
Yeah.
should be.
I don't stick up for
Any-
myself. I don't say
What-
no. I don't want to date you, or no, I'm not into you, or no, I don't have the same.
Who
feelings
doesn't
for
want
you.
that? Who doesn't
I
want
don't
that?
know how to say that. So I've been in relationships with people I don't even like.
Right,
Bro,
so, but
you
I'm
gotta,
saying-
you gotta learn to say no.
So
Because
what?
I don't know how to
But I
say,
feel you, me
I
too.
don't. Yeah,
I was in a 17-year relationship that I did not want to be in. I'm not
but
gonna
you
fucking
figured it
lie.
out.
And
then
I
It
play
took
my
me
role.
17
I'm not
fucking
gonna
years to
cheat
say
on
no,
my-
though.
your
So
girlfriend.
that's
But
a
listen,
problem.
QB, that's the thing, though. So you're thinking that this person in love is, but they actually just like that's some real ass shit. You have somebody that you can actually read their energy, and you know they don't want to be with you, but you also know that they gonna want to take care of you. They want to make sure that you're straight, make sure you're good. So I can be like, hey, I'm not good right now.
Well,
And you're
make
like, well,
sure
what's
you're not good
wrong?
enough. They make sure they're good enough to keep you doing what they need you to do.
Yeah, but she's thinking that they're in love, so I gotta be a good girlfriend. They're so in love with me. They're calling me every hour. No, they're trying to make sure that you feel right
Because
there.
like, what if I do ever play with love? I don't know. But I know you're doing for me, but somebody else isn't, and I appreciate that. So you're the one I want to be with.
You right now.
It's not my fault. I'm not perfect. This is my own personal thoughts and my own reactions. I'm here for help. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't like this. It's just me.
Tell her
and
what
I
to
mean,
do.
I'm
She said, "What do you
open.
want me to do?"
I'm not perfect. This is what I do. I'm not making this up.
God
Let him
Let me go back to square one. I've instructed people.
I can't change who I am. I feel like that's me
this is
personally,
not-
and I
this is not
can't
about-
change
this is-
that.
this is
Maybe
not
y'all
about-
need to. What I suggest, though, I know you're gonna say something first before you say it. I would suggest that if you like what he's saying in his instruction, maybe chop it up with him offline. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not suggesting a relationship.
I'm about to give her some instructions
Go ahead.
that everybody can use, and I've used this to apply to people. This can help you accomplish any task on earth, not just find a man.
Okay, let's see this.
There's 15 steps to create.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do the first couple.
That's the first one. Okay.
There's 15 steps
You
to
ready
accomplish
to
anything in life. I'm just gonna go over the first two. The first two are very important, but all the steps are extremely important. Step number one to figuring out anything in life, not just love or life. If you want to have a career, if you want to go from homeless to $200,000 in a couple years, this is step one. This is what I used. You either write down your day the night before.
We're down here, what?
Write down your entire day the night before. So, for instance, if you are struggling with being a feminine, useful woman, you either write down what am I going to research tomorrow, what I'm going to read tomorrow, what I'm going to watch on YouTube, or what I'm going to do tomorrow in order for me to be more feminine tomorrow, or learn how to be more feminine. If you believe that femininity and usefulness are the tools to get the men of your dreams, This is what's required. If you don't believe those are the tools to get the men in your dreams, then you'll continue to have these issues. And I really do firmly understand at this point, because of we're in the age of technology. I think God is really punishing people more severely nowadays. That's why we have all these toxic relationships and people are literally dying because they don't understand energy. Like literally, death is the ultimate price to pay for not understanding this. Like literally, my synopsis is that whatever energy or whatever made this planet is fully aware of how much technology we have. Look at us right now. We are 4 individuals that wouldn't be together right now. We wouldn't have the capabilities to talk to potentially millions of people on the internet. 5. Well, I'm saying it's 5 people here that didn't know each other other than us. Okay. I didn't know them too. But we were able to come together for a common cause, all because the internet exists. The fact that we have all these tools and we got a supercomputer in our pockets, there is no excuse for being stupid when it comes to anything in life, especially the most important thing you're ever going to do is procreate and have a family. There's no excuse. So I do firmly believe the punishment is extremely severe for not understanding sexual polarity and love or whatever you want to call it. And everybody should be punished as such. The simp dude who got married to a woman that don't really like him, and she divorced him, take everything. He lose the house, lose the kids, lose the dog, and now he's sleeping and ready to commit suicide. He got everything he deserved. That's a messed up thing to say, but the only way you find yourself in that scenario is because you didn't follow the rules. Step 1, write your day down. Step 2, stay attached to your mentors as much as possible. If you don't do those 2 things, it's going to be extremely difficult to really reshape your brain on how you've been thinking. I learned this stuff in one of those, they call them pyramid schemes, but those type of businesses are extremely effective if you know how to run them. Somebody makes some money doing it. You just didn't figure it out. So, I can't really say that. That's 2 steps of 15. And I haven't seen a person that does all 15 steps fail to do whatever it is to do. I had a relative that was literally in the corner of my apartment on the air mattress. He makes more money than I do now. All he did was follow the instructions. And we all grew up broke. I grew up in a leaky trailer home. I was homeless in 2014. Gotcha. So I'm not trying to hear anybody's excuses for why you can't figure out love. I figured out love, and I figured out how to make a lot of money in a short period of time because I followed the rules. You or whoever hasn't figured it out because you refuse to either you don't know the rules, and there's a lot of people who are ignorant and just don't take the word ignorant as a bad thing. I'm not saying the word ignorant is just ignorant. If you look up the definition, it's just you're not aware. You just don't know. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever taught you, and that's okay. But just because you don't know, there isn't an excuse. Not knowing is an excuse in 2023. We got too many resources now. If somebody subscribed to this show and they're choosing to still not understand it, that's because they willingly choose to not understand it, because I've put out several videos explaining all this stuff verbatim. So, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. Only thing I can do is show people the results. We all sitting here in a pretty nice place where it ain't many black people here. That's not a coincidence. A lot of people ain't gonna get where I am. And within the context of humans overall, I still ain't done nothing yet. This is still on the bottom of the totem pole relative to millionaires, but we on our way. We on our way, man. Church, we on our way, church.
Understand me?
Church. So, I'm not, I don't like this ain't about harping on nobody, beating nobody up or talking trash. I'm past the talking trash phase. I call out people every now and then whenever I see fit, when I see idiots, they want to chime in and talk about something and their life results prove without a shadow of a doubt they have absolutely no clue what they're talking about, but they want to chime in because of who they were 30 years ago. A lot of people ain't gave up on who you were 30 years ago. That's why you can't be who you need to be right now. In the amount of time it took me to go get orange juice, I had 3 people compliment me. That's just my life. It is what it is.
That's a nice life.
Well, we can relate. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. We went to the nursing home. I went to the nursing home.
That's a nursing home.
I ain't gonna lie, man. We universal. What you mean? You went to the universal. We went to the nursing home. So they stopping by the adults home, but hey, Hey, oh shoot, hey, okay, we got some. And I say
y'all
that
look like y'all got pulled. They didn't give me no cake.
they didn't give me no cake. Can you just
This funny.
They didn't give me no cake. I'm like, dang, I can't.
That's messed up.
But I say that to say we've been places where, like, the same as him. People walking up to us taking pictures. I'm not asking nobody to do that, and I'm not trying to. I'm walking around as humble as I can be. But I mean, when you carry a certain energy, like he was saying about the energy, people gravitate toward that. They want to know who you are. They want to know your story. What did you do today? This young man got on a cowboy hat and some nice boots and a little tan and black shirt with the little black pants. I want to know what he's doing every day. He had
show that shirt.
Understand? But
look at the chest. Go catch the chest.
With the Ray-Bans on, which Ray-Bans is my favorite brand. And I shout out Ray-Bans.
These things started $300 now.
No, I trust me. I got two.
Even the cheap ones, they started $300.
Yeah, I lost mine.
And them ain't even.
You'll never
so
get
I
over
lost
it.
mine and had to buy some more.
Y'all left out a freaking restaurant.
So back to school. Energy never goes anywhere.
Yeah, energy.
It's only move. It never disappears. It can only move from one place to another.
Let's move on to our topic. We'll be here all night.
Oh Lord, no, we ain't.
We finna stop it.
Where we at?
No, we actually on good time. It's only been an hour.
All right.
Hour and a half too.
Oh, huh? What was going on?
We got somewhere else to be.
All right.
Come on, wrap it up. Let's wrap it
up.
1 hour.
And stay tuned if you want the to be continued.
Right.
We can get through this real quick.
Okay.
We actually got off topic a lot.
We did.
Honestly.
It's great.
Yeah,
I think so, but you might not.
It's all good. So, how important is love in a relationship?
Okay.
Well, it just depends on who you are. Some people, it's not that important.
I feel like liking a person is more important.
Right, because you can love somebody. And
you can love somebody and hate
love
them.
them so much that you hate them.
But you gotta like a person to be in a relationship with them.
Yes, and that's true.
I feel like for me, love should be the foundation of the relationship.
You do
Communication.
Well,
I mean, I think that love is always the foundation of a relationship.
Well, I feel like
but sometimes I might not like you.
It's just the glue.
So I agree with Nikki when I said it. Liking
to make
is
you
more
work
important.
it out. I guess when it shouldn't be worked out, or what? Why? Because I can hate you today and still go buy you some chips. Going back to the chips.
I feel like love should be the foundation of the relationship because you're in a relationship for love. I mean, you want to be in love, right? So you get a relationship, and vice versa.
And to grow.
So if it's not love, then like, why be in a relationship? Just be friends or whatever you want to call it.
I love my friends though.
That's why the relationship comes first, because it's like relationship, and then it moves a little further. It graduates to you love this person, or you're in love with them.
We're gonna love that,
and then it goes to like I love them, and then some days I'm.
We're gonna love that person to build from them first.
No. You be in a relationship. We can just be friends, and it's a relationship. So whenever we're just friends, and you go away for like a week or two, then after you go away for a week or two,
I don't know your button. I'm sorry.
I'm saying I know my levels. You keep pointing me to my microphone. I'm good. I'm great.
My bad.
Okay. So if we're just friends right now, we're just friends, and you go away, oh my gosh, something's missing out of my life. It's you because you've been gone for this long,
and that's love.
No, that's relationship. It is love, but the relationship.
Because you're not gonna miss anybody who's just gonna be in a relationship and gone. So you don't give a fuck or don't even recognize.
Right, exactly. But you're saying that love is what you build on. No, you build on the relationship first. You might not even know you love a person until they're not right there. Mm-hmm. So it's not love and then relationship. Oh, I love you. Let's be in a relationship. That don't work like that.
Why you say
Talking to me? Yeah. I'm just y'all say I'm just saying it's like in harmony, yo.
I
got my stance on it and I got my life results, man. So love is only important if it makes sense. Like you can love a puppy, that don't mean you want to be in a relationship with it. You can love a dog, you can love your uncle, you can love your aunt. That don't mean you want to be in a romantic relationship with somebody you love, quote unquote. I'm not against love. People assume that I'm against love. I'm not against love.
According to the Bible, you're supposed to love everybody though.
We do.
Everybody.
Right. But the deeper you dig into the Bible, the more the words that come out of my mouth actually coincide extremely.
If we lead into
when was the Bible written?
But that's if
a long time ago.
If that's if we lead into your understanding.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you pick up the Bible and you're really reading it for you, and you ask for the Holy Ghost to come in and show you what you need to get.
Because everybody reads the Bible from a different view.
Faith without works is dead, man. So whenever somebody wants to start debating the word, show me your work. And I'm always going to outwork most people. So whenever somebody wants to start Bible thumping and start deciphering the scriptures and start talking about what they think it is, okay, where's you work? Where's your faith connected to your work? Then we can talk about what you did or didn't do and what the Bible really means. If you didn't work it, then it don't matter what you think it means.
Well, I always put in the work, and I
mean,
don't
we
go
got
around
great
Bible.
life results.
I don't even go Bible thumping. You know what I mean?
I don't either.
I grew up in a church, and I believe what the Bible says because that is what I was taught and what I understood growing up as a kid. But I've also been out in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I have world experience and Bible experience. So I don't let the Bible be my end all be all. I know that's the premises of the show, and I understand that.
Some of the things are not able to be translated properly because I subscribe to it. It's not about gender; it's about energy on everything on Earth. So it's some things that they aren't applicable, and some people read it a little bit too literally. At the end of the day, it's all about the work. It's all about you gotta know what scriptures are meant to be read verbatim and which ones are meant to be interpreted. And you can't do that without the work. The work is what shows you what's actually something that you can tangibly apply. There's some stuff that just didn't even exist that they speak of. So you got to understand how to connect the dots between the old days and the old ways and the new ways and how to get the results you want to get.
What happened and what whoever wrote happened.
Can y'all keep the camera off me? Because I don't know.
Oh, well, cool.
Can I do this?
It's a live show. It's not a big deal.
I know, okay.
I might keep it on live shows. On live show, it's custom for people to have to take breaks.
Okay. Well, I gotta use the bathroom when she get back.
Oh my God! Don't do me like that.
I really do. I gotta go. I was gonna wait, but
Nah, for real though.
now that I know it's okay, I'm going ahead and speak up now.
What's our next topic? Toxic celebrities in love. They can chime in when they get back on this.
Every single celebrity. Oh, that Lori Harvey. That should be fake now. I know that shit is fake.
Lori Harvey, what do you mean fake?
It's just PR relationship. Like it's just not real love. Like this doing it for publicity.
Talking about her and her boyfriends or whoever she's with.
Yeah.
You don't think none of her relationships are real?
I think that her real relationships weren't publicized. I think that's her job. Because does Lori Harvey really have a job? Steve Harvey's not really her dad. She took the last name. Her mom was a jump off. That's how her daughter, everything she know. Lori doesn't really have a career at all. Her career is like a Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, Kim Kardashian type shit, just to be in the publicity. So she uses her relationship. So her thing is her relationships.
Well, Steve Harvey went on record saying that he spoiled his daughters beyond repair, and he's on record saying very simp type activities. So I'm just personally, you could be right. There might be an agenda at play here, and you might be absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think it's definitely I think there's some money involved in it. Like you signing NDAs, and all the relationships are the same. Like they compared Valentine's Day this year to her last two Valentine's Day, and how they were really similar with the two different guys she dated, and just stuff like that. And I'm like starting to believe like nobody talks about the relationship when it's over. Her relationship is so different from everybody else's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I feel like when she really dates, nobody knows she's but this is work for her. She's not a celebrity, she's just a socialite. So and she uses that it helps both of their careers. Moneybag Yo, he admitted that his relationship with Megan Thee Stallion was for PR. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Gates, he admitted that him and Drake had never broke up. You know what I'm saying? And
I knew that, bro.
And he was with his other girls because he knew he needed to rebrand himself. So
who knows? End of the day.
That was like back in the day. What was his name? That was with India.
In the game?
No.
Indian Royal? Oh, Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
Yeah.
And remember when he got with Dej Loaf? That was all just a stunt because he was with India at that time.
Yeah, it was just a stunt. Yeah. Because people are more interested in a celebrity's personal life than they are their records and their talent. So when they come out with a new movie or a new record, you kind of find out, oh, that's why they were dating the hottest person at the time, just to help promote, shit like that. You always find out.
Yeah, it's layers to it. End of the day, the energy still resides because there are people in Hollywood that don't have all these issues with
in the beginning, it's just like it's showing me these fake relationships that people are really believing are real, and they're not knowing the difference. Like I said with Krishan and Blueface, I do feel like it's part real and part fake somewhat. Like, for example, her being pregnant. People, I peeped that she said that after they dragged her for that interview that she acted a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice the same night she came back and said she's pregnant and never mentioned it again. But yet she's on social media smoking, lifting weights, fighting. So I feel like some stuff they do for TV will help the views, but some stuff do be real life. Because I feel like if money wasn't involved, she'll leave that nigga. Like, come on, you with Rick Ross, you with the City Girls. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't trying to get a bag with him.
Well, what if that's real love for her?
Then it could be because her dad and her brother both admitted to beating on their women. So that could be
the type of love that she was shown.
That's what she's used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Talking about Krishan and Blueface. Because I tried to watch the show, but I was like, this shit is
the same root cause symptoms are, if from my perspective, it's the same root symptoms as all toxic relationships. There's no sexual polarity there. Both of them, a relationship where they fight with each other is never so sexually polarized. There's no leadership. There's no guidance. There's just two idiots arguing with each other. That's, whether they are plants or whether it's an agenda or not is irrelevant. They're doing that and acting the fool the same reason that Will Smith wouldn't slap Chris Rock. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's just different levels to it, and they just two kids, and Will Smith is older than us. So that it's the same root cause, same bad outcome.
So what do you feel about that?
Well, I was gonna ask him because I feel like what he did was kind of simpish.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't have done that.
That was the world was put on notice with that because it was so big. That was local news. That wasn't just like in the tabloids and stuff. That wasn't just on YouTube. Local news that knows local news.
Yeah, forever.
Local news stations covered that
forever.
So it goes back to what I was saying earlier. There's no excuse, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuse for a man like Will Smith now knowing how to conduct himself. What excuse does he have to be with a wife that got him up and slapping people?
Because his wife is like, man, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You always let people talk bad about me. You see, you ain't no man, you a punk. This is what I mean. Because let's be real, he laughed at first, right?
He did.
Until Jada was like, that's not funny.
It's not.
And then he felt like, oh, I gotta be a man. I gotta do something about it. But you know that relationship when girls are like, see, you ain't no man. He's talking about me. This is what I mean.
Or the type of woman.
He reacted for that. That's why it was a punk move. Because he didn't feel that way.
A real man would react the right way or a different way. Or
no, I feel like if you wanted to hit him for slapping your wife, for talking about your wife, do that. But that wasn't the reason why he did that. He did it because he felt like his wife felt like he should do something as a man.
He did it because
he laughed and joked at first until he saw his wife was like, "Oh, you think that's funny?"
Right, exactly.
Funny.
She wanted,
and then he reacted.
She only did that because she wanted the rest of the world to know that she's running stuff, and that goes to what that finally matches. That was masculine. That was masculine energy. Because how you gonna get mad at somebody for talking about your girl bald head, which has been bald head for a long time, and nobody knows that she has alopecia and that's right. Because that's just after.
She ain't got no alopecia. That's a straight line.
Right. That's just something to. That's just but you gonna let somebody hold her head.
She got a scar on her head from a facelift. That's what she got.
You gonna let somebody hold her head while they give her head, but I can't say that she's bald.
Right. I would understand if you had a conversation with him before and let it be known it was a sensitive topic, and he was like, "Didn't I tell this nigga I'm gonna beat you?" But instead, it wasn't like that. That's why I'm saying it's wrong. You did it for the wrong reason.
Like how we know August Alsina just ain't have callous hands and he rubbed her hair off her head.
While she was
chopping it up on
yeah, sometimes you saw the reaction. He was like, ha ha. She was like,
we don't know. We don't know.
So yeah, I feel like that's why he was wrong. And if you're gonna slap him for talking about your wife, do it for that reason.
Do it at first.
But that wasn't the reason why he
keep my wife's name out your mouth. What did I put in her mouth then?
Will Smith should have never been there in the first place.
What you mean at the Oscars?
He should have been with Jada Pinkett in the first place.
Oh, okay.
So that's his wife though.
But she go with Tupac still.
Tupac.
Well, we all know. Like you said, we all
That's
know
who she
Jada
should have
is
been
a-
with.
She's a masculine, and
She's
but
a-
that's
she's
the way the relationship works. So that's okay.
So that's why.
But that's how it works. So
Here's the kicker that's gonna blow y'all mind. Tupac was a simp too.
Why you say that? Well, because of what he like.
Because of
No,
going to
no,
jail and
no,
then signed to a contract to get out.
no masculine man's gonna deal with Jada Pinkett on no level.
But
but maybe he was the right
It
one
don't
to
matter.
make her turn feminine. The right guy
She
can turn the right guy.
No,
right girl.
that's now you go back to that. Now you go back to that
A
first
person-
self.
a person
the right
has-
guy can make you.
No, a
Tupac
guy,
can-
No one can make you anything. You gotta be it for yourself.
no guy's gonna make
You
a
can
woman do
only
something.
make yourself be
She
something.
was. If there's documented footage of her having him up here doing cartwheels and acting like Carlton and all that stuff.
They was kids, though.
It don't matter, man. That nuance is there. Jada Pinkett didn't just decide that she go finesse Will Smith. That didn't just happen. She just turn it on and make his
Will
wife
Smith
crazy.
decided that he was gonna let her wife.
But you know, and I feel like in Hollywood they kind of groom people to be in certain relationships.
I mean, that's
They do.
you can go as far as you want to into the
Not
agendas.
for-
It's like how they do athletes.
Right. I'm on that same train of the agendas and stuff too. Like
Okay.
I don't think that the Beyonce and Jay-Z relationship is all love there. That's a
I don't think so.
That's a
Financial.
they know how to conduct
agree.
themselves.
they the gatekeepers for this. Is the reason why they keep.
Oh, we saw the Solange elevator situation.
It's the reason why they throw this up all the time. You can look into this as far as you want to.
Yeah.
But my point is this: the energy, no matter how much money they got, no matter how much influence they got, the energy is still relevant because you don't see George Clooney slapping people. You don't see Leonardo DiCaprio slapping people. You don't see Brad Pitt slapping people
But you do see Alec Baldwin killing people.
on the movie set. Then he bought the bullets and he might
Who
get
is
away with it.
production company?
And he might get away with it.
I know, right? He in the building. I'm like, dang, they come.
So my point
But I
is
know.
that the root cause of the Will Smith or the August Alsina or the Chess and Blueface, they're all the same root cause. The
What
same
you call her? Hold on, what you call her?
Ooh,
The girl? No, what you call the girl?
Chester and right on. How you say her name?
Krishan.
Krishan. It don't matter what her name is.
I know, right?
But I wouldn't.
The girl with the
Trisha.
missing.
I can see how you got that because she is always like this.
She plays football. She's very masculine.
That's a masculine.
Yeah, she was
woman.
like, dude, stop playing with my dick. Stop playing with my dick. I'd be
She's
like,
talking about Blueface though.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But damn, it's mine.
So you saw that? So you saw that episode I was talking about?
My point is that the energy is always the energy exposes the truth to this. Like how many times we'll keep bumping our head? Like I said, I'm not here to tell people what to do.
Okay.
I'm here to provide them tangible steps to get what they want. It's up to you. You choose to take those steps, and if you don't, you're gonna have something. It may not be to the extreme of a Blueface and Ms. Rock or whatever. or whatever toxic scenario you see.
Right.
It may not be to that extreme when they fight each other, but it's not gonna be what it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be your happily ever after. What I subscribe to is going to 100% of the time produce happily ever after. Eventually,
Yeah.
it is inevitable.
Right. Once they can conform.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
But no,
But listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't even think that it starts at the fighting when it comes to Blueface being feminine or expressing his femininity out loud. I think it stems from her being the actual money maker. Like she's actually the person that's making everybody tune in.
That's what she said too.
Everybody's tuning in, so she's the support.
she's learned that too, though.
She's the she's the foundation. When you
Which is
take
kinda
her
scary,
away,
but
all that I'll be rapping ain't gonna matter.
he don't really rap like that though. Too, you got to know that he can really rap. That's why I'm kind of taken aback by how he's acting because I feel like
That's working.
I only know one record. What's his
That's
record?
working.
remember he had I don't know the record, but
Can't even think
Right.
of one. Can't even think of one.
Exactly.
Dang.
That goes back to my point.
Bro, I know his records. I can't even think of one of them.
Yeah,
I can think about the one that
Tatiana-
Nicki was in.
Tatiana.
With Nicki,
Yeah.
was Nicki Minaj in it?
This was his own. This was kind of what made him.
I think Nicki was on
No,
there.
you're thinking about NBA YoungBoy. He ain't never. had
No,
no
I'm
record
thinking
with
about
me.
him.
Yeah,
It
because I'm
was-
like, what?
Wait a minute.
Let's do a
about?
Cardi B. It was Cardi B.
Let's do a change of pace for.
Tatiana. It was Cardi B. That's why you remember it.
Let's do a change of pace for a relationship that isn't necessarily considered toxic by public opinion. What do y'all feel about Sierra and Russell Wilson?
Love it.
I hated them at first. I think that
I'm gonna go to the restroom and I'll be right back. And
I know. Look, see,
I'll let y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
The topic right now is
Russell Wilson
Sierra-
and
Sierra.
Sierra. It's great out loud.
I feel like this with them. I don't feel like it's as perfect as everybody else thinks.
I don't
think
either.
it is.
I think it's more pressure on them now to live up to it
because the relationship goals.
We created that.
Yeah.
We created that.
Right.
I don't think it's as perfect as.
So right now, the public.
And I think that they programmed me into liking them
still learning.
because I hated.
You still
Sierra
haven't
and
learned it.
Russell at first. I used to
Come
get
on,
so
man.
tired of seeing them because of what Future said about.
We throwing you the alley oop. The man
Yeah.
got 200,000.
So he came on and said,
We throwing you the alley oop. The man got 200,000.
Yeah.
Minister
Quana, don't pay Hannah no attention.
Get the
Don't pay Hannah no attention.
Look, y'all hear her? I'm gonna be in this mic.
"You ain't got just make sure it's in front of your
I'm a
face.
button it.
That's it. That ain't
No,
even
no.
you."
Oh, she yelling, hold on.
Another one.
Well,
They need to delete that.
Leave it alone.
We live right
We
now.
But what I was saying was,
Y'all know I'm stupid.
what I feel is Future was saying that every time they went out, Sierra called paparazzi or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She would try to get pictures of them with, with their little baby, with doing this. And I feel like she started doing that with Russell. And because people are so gullible, they took on to it. And now she's creating moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A Sierra prayer. How can you have a Sierra prayer for you when you're a different person than Sierra?
Well, people gotta remember that
Sierra.
Sierra ain't perfect. Remember, she had a 50 Cent Bow Wow, and she was smoking weed with Future.
You can't smoke weed with Future? Damn.
Which is fine. But I'm just saying, like
But Bow Wow, the key person in there is
It's Bow Wow, yeah.
That means you are an attention whore. That means you're an
Yes,
opportunity.
I'm saying they view her as this good, wholesome, perfect person, but Sierra had a past, y'all, and she was able to manipulate Russell Wilson. That's how I feel.
I mean, I look at everybody like they're
I think
human.
Ru-
Everybody make mistakes.
Well,
Like,
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody seizes opportunities. Everybody looks for
look
growth
at the guy
and
she used today compared to Russell Wilson.
look at the
And
guys
that's why
I
she
used
had to
today
change
compared
his-
to the guy I date
Or
now.
maybe she just got better. She just matured and
Learned a little
who
bit
she
from
did.
him.
Yeah, relationship,
She-
y'all.
she
People
just-
can
she
get
just
better.
matured. Yeah, she never just matured and like she wanted to do the opposite of what she did and found the rest of
I mean, aren't you in a better relationship? Like,
Yeah,
ain't that
I
proof?
agree.
Like-
I
Hold on,
agree
what you
that
mean
people
don't you
can
want a
get.
better relationship?
She said, "Am I?"
I mean, like,
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, we've all had bad past.
yeah, not meaning y'all's wasn't good.
We
No.
all had to kiss frogs to
I
get
feel
to
like
the
every
prince.
I gotta prove my love.
We all had to kiss frogs to get to Prince, but I feel like, the relationship is idolized too much to the fact where they probably do want to break up, but they got a point to prove to everybody who done put them on a pedestal.
Ain't no way to break
But
Yeah.
it still is possible for it to be
And
true.
don't necessarily mean your relationship
It is.
was bad.
Let me see y'all
It
own
just
baby.
means that you grew.
Then
a
I
little
know
bit.
y'all fucking and y'all in love.
But it just means that you grew. I
feel like she could have just matured. But I'm just saying she
I
ain't.
ain't saying she did.
I'm just saying she ain't wholesome Sierra because based on the guys that I mean, we all know the guys she used today. And
But are
weren't
they
no
going?
Russell Wilson.
But let me ask you a question.
I feel
If
like
a guy, if a guy tries to get with Sierra, how you think they're gonna treat Sierra?
based on what the energy
However
that
they
she puts
want.
out. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
based on the energy that she
however they
puts out.
want.
But Russell Wilson could be like you in your scenario when he's like, I want somebody that I know what a good boyfriend looks like.
I'm sorry.
See,
That's
yeah.
Well,
I know my levels is what I want to say.
I got you. Okay.
So what's the overall synopsis? What y'all come to, as a collective group? What do y'all agree? Russell Wilson, yes or no, good or bad relationship?
It's a great relationship for the public.
Portrayed.
It's
I'm the
it's
only
a
one that
great-
thinks it's real.
It's a great relationship. I mean, I don't know if it's real or not, but if it is real or if it is fake,
Let me rephrase it.
it's being portrayed the right way.
Let me rephrase it.
It's been portrayed. How it's presented is very it's believable.
It's good for
because
the culture.
no one can really say it's toxic because what do we have to put on? I'm just saying that like
Honestly.
based off social media relationships.
I have several.
In
Well,
real life.
tell us,
Yes,
I don't think
enlighten
it's real
us.
like
Several
that.
scenarios.
I have
and
several
examples that you can
scenarios
tell.
where it's toxic. This is Russell Wilson is in the friend zone with his own wife.
Beater.
Basically, that's what I was just saying, Norris. We don't say
Okay, what does that mean?
That's Chuck Norris.
You can look at
Chuck
you
Norris.
can look this up on
You
your
can.
phone right now.
Look at it.
There's a video of Russell Wilson popping up to give Sierra flowers on like there was a show set. It was She was doing something. He surprised her with flowers. He leaned in for a kiss. And if your husband that you love so much leans in for a kiss, what's going to be your reaction?
You don't lean back.
It depends. It depends on what he did that morning. Because if I'm mad at him, I might not want that kiss.
Okay, we're not gonna talk.
But
We're not gonna talk anecdotal situations.
But that's right.
But like for real, it really depends on what he did before that.
At the same time, though, let's think about it.
This is the norm for them. So she has no reason to be mad at him today. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. He takes care of the kids. He takes care of Future's kids.
But how do you know that though?
Yeah, you don't know that.
We know we can see him taking care of
because he's an at-home dad. That's why.
Bro, Roger take care of my kids, but that doesn't mean we don't have our, disagreements. And sometimes I don't want him to kiss me. Like sometimes he want me to kiss him.
They're in the spotlight, and you've been letting him kiss you for all this time just for the public to see.
Yeah.
So why aren't you doing it now? Why are you not doing it now?
I ain't gonna lie, you ain't kissing me.
No, for real, bro. Like, if I'm mad,
she wanted to son him.
I have never in my life, and I
but
will
ain't
never.
friend zone.
I have never in my life, and I will never in my life again for the rest of the days I live be in a scenario where I lean in to kiss a woman and she does not lean back into me. That will never
do that, though?
ever exist.
Like Nikki said, you don't know what happened earlier that day.
That will never ever exist for me. I don't care what I do.
According to her, he's perfect.
Remember when Tina?
So do your job, and when you know the cameras is watching, be perfect back.
Ike Tina's not a good example.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect example. He's straight trying to kiss her forehead. No,
that's totally opposite from Russell Wilson.
It is.
And don't do that. Don't do that.
I was wondering when the real Ike would show up.
Don't do that.
See, there you don't mess up a fine automobile.
Don't do that. Anime
bro, but she right though.
I've been nice all night. I let y'all talk.
Now he said that she could be tripping and just be tripping and she didn't know what to do, so he had to slap her. But he slapped her, she get right.
That's what he said.
She asked for that. She told him that she needed that.
She needed that submission.
Well, Ike was a simp too. Ike was insecure. Tina Turner was the star because Ike was in the background. I actually watched the documentary. It's actually pretty good.
I watched a few.
One called Tina on HBO. It's actually really good.
Oh yeah, I did watch that.
So it was legendary. Actually,
that's many relationships.
It gave way more context, and two opposite ends of the spectrum, still the same result: toxicity and nonsense. No sexual polarization. Ike and Tina could have been lovely. They might still be together today.
Let's talk about sexual polarization.
Yeah. So,
yeah, let's get.
Can we talk about
it's one of the topics. So, I think y'all talked about celebrity thing. I think we talked about it enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, Russell Wilson's a simp. He's in the friend zone with his wife. It's an unfortunate reality.
And didn't do anything for Denver, may I add?
I'd say he's submissive.
She wears the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you learn to love? Is that a topic that
we already did that one?
We kind of did it, but that was
some of y'all still don't know, so we have to circle back around on that one. Ain't no point talking
okay, well, you teach us.
I already gave a penny nuggets. I didn't gave a whole 2 steps.
We want to know how you know you in love. How you know? How did you learn love?
Did
you come on a show? Did you come in? Did you come on a show and Chuck Norris taught you what love is, or did you see your parents grow old together and see their love, or did they hide their hate for each other by showing too much love in front of you? Like, how did you think?
So, my parents or something?
No, not your parents. I'm saying in general.
So what's your question again?
The question is, how did you learn what love is?
How did I learn?
Anybody, all of us.
So,
tell us.
Personally, I just studied it, and through the process of studying it, because we have a supercomputer in our pocket, I started figuring out what the energies of humans that actually produce the emotions that we perceive as love. And once I tapped into that, the same women who had me in the friend zone for 4 years, literally,
like, I love you.
Now they had
we've been exchanging I love yous. We just wouldn't.
Y'all didn't love each other.
It wasn't no sexual chemistry there. So you can't have love on a romantic level without the sexual chemistry. That's why it's called sexual polarity. Sexual polarity is not inherently about sex. It's in the name, but you don't use the name of a word to define the word.
Right, because you can have sex without having sex. And that's not playing with yourself. It's like mentally.
Right, you can bust a nut and nobody's there.
Exactly.
So you can get that euphoria feeling of sex without being in love. You can get that euphoria feeling by yourself. You can get it in a multitude way. You can lead with it, end with it, and still be miserable. My point is that I have learned that we are nothing but magnets. We generate electricity in our bodies for a reason. I'm gonna keep harping on the same stuff, and it sounds redundant, but it is what it is. I can't define it no other way. God made us. God knew what He was doing, or she, or whatever. I don't even put a gender on God. We say
whatever it is,
but we don't know what God is. We won't know till we dead. So whatever God is, knew what it was doing when it made humans.
It's a complex.
We took it upon ourselves to mess it up, and hey, a life of shambles is the results. It don't take a couple baby daddies and a couple failed relationships to find the right man you need to be with. It don't take all that. You could have figured it out the first time. You just didn't know.
Or didn't want to do it.
There's nothing wrong with everybody. And that's not no slight at nobody. Everybody got their own journey. It don't take a couple dudes to finesse you and to do you wrong and to treat you bad.
Quana, why he do you like that? Tell him, don't put that mic in front of you.
It don't take a couple dives to do you wrong, to do you dirty, and make you feel used and abused.
I do them dirty and do them bad too. So yes, we equal.
So you just want to get revenge? You know the best revenge. What's the best revenge? Or to get on the people? What's the best revenge to get on the guys who did you wrong?
Let's go get some money and get fined on these niggas. Cause
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4, 500 niggas.
That ain't it.
I
don't know. I just build myself better.
Revenge on 2 niggas, and it was the best revenge ever.
What was it?
What was
you
it?
better say you slept with somebody.
Nope.
Okay.
First of all, I never. That's stupid for people to.
I know that.
people
I'm
for
just saying.
revenge.
Okay.
That's dumb. I've never done
Okay.
that.
Come on. Tell us
But
what you did.
I had a motherfucking goon that I met on the train.
Should his grandmama house up?
Something
No.
similar, but
Oh, I
not
thought you
that.
just say no.
Yeah, twice. He had. So shout out to my goon. You know who you are. 100 from Oak Cliff.
Oh, damn, don't give us location.
He was just like, oh, if anybody fuck with you, man, I got you. Because I did a favor for him.
I don't think that's what he meant by.
And then I was just
What
like,
kind of favor did you do for him? No, I'm just playing.
okay, he had
No, we don't need to know.
he had just got out
I'm
of
just
jail, and he was a buster at a restaurant camp trying to get his life together, and they went from cash tips to debit card, and he a hood nigga. He never used a debit card before.
So he stole his credit card number?
No, so I helped him set up his direct deposit.
Wait, what happened?
Well, that was education.
So he was like, so after I did that, he was like, man, I got you, man. Anybody fuck
So
with
wait, you took you setting up a debit card to using him to get back at a nigga for you.
Because he
But
offered.
he really didn't shoot nobody grandmama house up, right?
But he did.
No, not really.
But he did. Did he beat up their mama?
Nobody committed any
So-
criminal act.
Okay, there were 2 incidents. There were 2 incidents where I got.
He felt like that was worth that.
Take it back. Take it back.
I'm sorry.
No,
Take
there
the
were
mic
2.
back.
There were 2 incidents. One incident, he didn't listen or pay attention to anything the fuck I said.
What?
But it's okay.
Quana.
She
But
was,
there's
like,
the second
she was
incident.
just like, shoot at the window.
He just shot the lady across the street.
I said when you come to my job, my coworker, just rough him up a little bit. Don't tell them that I sent you. Or I said don't. And I was like, make sure you come.
You are incriminating yourself. Bro.
Make sure you to come when I'm not at work.
I don't know what to do. Like,
And he showed up when I was at work. He's like, you stop messing with her. You see her? You leave her alone.
bro.
So that's how you get revenge on it.
Please, everything she said is a lie, y'all. Don't listen, please.
Not go and say better yourself.
Church.
Not better yourself.
That's how
Not
I
be
get
able to look
revenge.
at a person and be like, oh, I'm doing good now. None of that.
Oh my
Tell
God.
somebody, is that the answer?
Twice.
What we learned
Shout
tonight,
out to
church,
my goon.
is that
Do an altar after this.
Yes. Please pray for my friend, y'all.
He does have my back, and he don't follow my rules.
Shaquana,
church.
you
So
for one,
revenge
that
is
is
not sweet,
look.
guys.
No, not with me.
Look.
Church, what we learned tonight is that
Don't pay no goons to do our work.
no,
Revenge.
I got my line.
Don't pay no goons to do God work.
And love is patient.
that's not
Revenge is sweet as both of them.
that's not what we learned, church.
The Shaquana is tripping.
Don't fuck with me. I thought it in me, but I fuck with
Yeah,
you.
we learned don't fuck with Shaquana.
Right.
Like
Please tell me what I did to you so I can apologize.
I
If you
learned
ever
that
feel away.
if you help a nigga set up a debit card, you can get him to take out another nigga.
just for not saying hi to you, he probably didn't even see you.
Well, what we learned tonight, church, is that the slipperyest slope of simping has no end.
Bro.
It will literally get you killed and or have you go kill someone else. just because you got a debit card.
Right.
That's what we learned tonight.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
He had to give me social security number and his address.
Bro,
That's
that
fine.
don't
We're already
mean,
cool.
Lord
That's okay.
Jesus.
So we bonded over that personal information.
Somebody.
That's okay.
Okay.
But
So
that's still not a wise move.
so you can really be feminine and need somebody to help you with setting up your account and debit card. But to show your masculinity,
There's nothing messing about
your
going to shoot somebody
masculine.
up because
Don't try to do.
It was not his grandma's house. Come on now. Like, I have a heart. I have a little bit of a heart.
I mean, it was his house
No,
with
he
his
just-
kids and his wife. You know, like, see,
there's,
Let's go back because she didn't shoot anything. They
Man.
just roughed them up. A
there's
bit.
nothing masculine about any of that story you told. That's an unfortunate reality, but it's nothing.
That was a horrible story.
you need to
All
let
that
God
was-
fight your battles. You keep fighting your battles for yourself, bro, and that's what's going wrong.
These people did some awful things to me.
So to get back to what the point I was trying to get at,
I know.
we
Probably did
got
take
off
10
track.
minutes
But
to do
what's the
debit
best
card
revenge in
stuff.
that scenario
God.
for the guys who did you wrong? Okay, I guess we assuming for us in a romantic relationship they broke your heart or whatever. Is to learn how to get what you really want in life. That's the best revenge. Is to figure out how to really get the man you want. Obviously, they wasn't it. So figure out how to get the one you want. That's the revenge you need to get. Getting revenge in that manner it feels good right in the moment, but you don't learn nothing. So sexual polarity. The church is fully aware of that, but we go dive into it tonight again for the 100th time. Again, I spoke on it a little bit. I know some people, well, maybe I don't know, but some people may have never even heard that term. So we're gonna go around the room and ask people if they knew the term before they heard me say it. Number one. Number two, now that they know what it is, do they even know what it is now after the fact? Do they look it up? Do they, anything I've said actually make sense about it? And or do they just not care about it?
I don't care about it.
And we'll start with
I don't care.
Nick.
I have gonna start with her.
Yeah.
No, come back to me so I can tell them I don't care about
No,
it.
let
So you
me
can
let
skip
me tell him I don't know what it is. I don't know what it
She
is
has
though.
the face ready and everything.
Look,
Show her,
yes,
show
I
her.
don't know what it is. No.
I know what it is. I just can't explain it. And
What is it?
I think we've covered it a little bit in so much.
I don't care about it. I just care about just doing what I want.
But if it once he ties it all in together.
No, I know what he's saying though. I know what he's saying. I just don't care right now.
I recognize the most important word.
QB.
OG triple killer.
And that's sexual. So I know what that means. So
Say again.
I can be that. And I'm pretty sure that the polarity will just continue.
Sexual polarity.
Polarity. Okay.
Polarity.
Sexual polarity.
Oh, okay. That is it. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The North and South Pole Polar Express.
Polarity.
I don't know what it is, but I'm down. I'm down to try everything once.
Wait. I don't think that.
I fucking love it.
Well, like this is literally. I think if you ask me, like the whole story of Adam and Eve, right? This is one of those things. It's like it's been deciphered so many times. I don't even think personally that Adam and Eve were even humans. In one point in time, they were just like an essence that was on Earth, right? And then whenever they ate the forbidden fruit and became aware, that's when they absorbed the human bodies, because they didn't. Humans were just as smart as God, supposedly. If you read the text and say, "Make us in our image," that means that we have as much knowledge they do at the point in time, right?
I think it means the living consciousness of God.
Right. So once they ate the fruit, then they were made aware that they were naked, but maybe they weren't actually naked. Maybe they were just essence and just a soul, spirit type individual.
They were just doing too much, showing too much,
or
basically.
seeing who they
you're
were.
You're not naked, but I can see you now. Like you're like,
And
I think that it does mean the embodiment of God's consciousness.
Yeah. And they didn't say that they actually, they didn't say how much time they spent in the garden. We don't know how long it took them to eat the fruit, right?
Yeah.
Could have been
But,
years. Could have been
Yeah,
centuries.
time doesn't really exist.
Right, but you got to look at the time frame of a couple of scenarios, right? So Adam was on Earth long enough to name out animals before Eve showed up. That's a long time, right? Even if I was trying to name out animals right now, with all the technology we have, it's gonna take me a long time, right? So who knows what technology they had? They may have had all-knowing information. Who knows? Maybe it took them 30 seconds, but I assume it took him a long time, right? He had work before he had woman, right? So there's a reason why God didn't necessarily punish Eve by herself, because it wasn't necessarily a bad thing for the essence of femininity to be curious, to like the thing that's like, oh, this shiny bright object. There's nothing necessarily inherently wrong with that. That's why I'm real big on not criticizing women for doing what women do. They just don't. They literally just don't know any better. And society is telling women to go get your bag, get their head, get their bread, and leave. That's just what it is.
Damn.
It's just that's what's in the music. Cardi B was
If
woman
a
of the
head third, Nick, you learn every night.
Cardi B was woman of the year. It wasn't necessarily in a publication that was like People Magazine, but she was woman of the year, and she had just made WAP. So what I'm saying is that there's not anything wrong with a woman being curious, or not a woman, femininity being curious and being a little quote unquote mischievous or whatever. Curiosity killed the cat, right? There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. And I firmly believe that little bit of curiosity is necessary for men to test their ability to be masculine. If the woman was always doing exactly what she needs to do all the time, when do you have opportunity to exercise your ability to show you even masculine at all?
That cuts off evolution.
Women,
enlightenment, just anything, growth and determination. I think that, and can I say this? And I'm just gonna say this real quick, and it's gonna sound like I smoked a lot of weed, but I didn't. I didn't even smoke. Okay, so what if it was like galaxy related, like these gases and stuff just build, a galaxy. The galaxy started, and that's Adam, and then these gases come out, and then you have the other end of it, and once they start like putting everything into each other, you get all these planets that are being made, and then the sun is the apple, and then
But does that relate to femininity and masculinity? Though? Are you talking about like a spontaneous combustion?
Masculinity? No, I'm saying like if it's a galaxy is just life basically, but it's life until the end of like all the planets and everything in that specific.
Some things you can't discard, right? Because you can't even make a human being without
energy.
You can't even make a human being without both entities. You need the egg and you need the seed. It is impossible to make humans any other way. We can't seed ourselves. We want to detach from the reality of how you make a human. You can't do nothing by yourself on planet Earth that's of relevance. This whole strong independent narrative is idiotic to say the least.
I don't believe in that, like strong independent, but I do. What I will say, I believe in a woman being ambitious, doing what she wants, but sometimes you need help. So it's not always gonna be the strong independent. And you can take your mind frame with whoever you building your life with, and build something out of that. So when it's strong independent, I don't necessarily want to say strong independent. I just want to say I know my goals. I'm gonna do my goals. I'm gonna follow my lead on what I want to do. And then I'll balance this out. Well, I'll balance this out with this other person that match my energy, and he'll do his thing to make the relationship what it is and our financial situation what it is. And I'm gonna do my thing if I do choose to work, and support and be the other half. That's where the other half thing comes in.
50.
Yeah. So
that means when I'm at 25.
But like you said, I like the energy thing. I do like the galaxy thing. I like the equation thing. I kind of like everything.
We can't avoid some of these realities, and I think every person on Earth is going to come to terms with this, whether you want to participate or not. You got to come to terms with these energies, and you may not even know that this was your opportunity to succeed or fail. And some people just go through life failing, and they never figure it out. Some people live and die, and some people there have been a multitude of beautiful women, a multitude of very capable men. There have been women who are absolutely gorgeous, died with a bunch of cats.
Walking around.
I'm just about to say that.
A bunch of motherfucking entities that can't even call 911 to tell them that you laying there.
There's been a bunch of men who are extremely
just crawling over your body.
And there's been a bunch of men who are probably handsome, had a bunch of charisma, but never figured out how to be masculine, but find themselves under the prison
with a bunch of
or need to go fund me to get buried,
or a bunch of cars outside in the parking garage.
I want to talk about that real quick, and we can
go ahead and do this as a two
part. But no, I seen this guy the other day on I follow Florida rappers because I like Florida rappers, and this guy had like all his money just sticking out his hair, his hat or whatever. You know how they put the money on social media. And then it said a Florida rapper's little sister dies, and they had a GoFundMe up. I'm like,
why is all this money hanging out this man's hat?
Hundreds.
But need a GoFundMe account.
Like the money he had in his hat could have paid for the therapy, the funeral, and I guess whatever else they needed that they named.
So what does that mean to you?
I feel like either y'all are using somebody, or I feel like the label gave him some money to put in his head, or
And he didn't do
that's
right
what
with
I
the
think.
money.
So you
He
feel
didn't
like he
manage.
really has the money?
No, I
He
feel
didn't
like
manage his money
your
right.
drug dealer homeboy might have the money, and he let you take a picture with it.
Yeah.
Or you had
that's
the
a simp
money.
move,
Yeah.
because I would have came to my label and been like, hey, I'm on a picture. My mind frame would have been like, I'm on a picture with all this money. I don't want my family putting up a GoFundMe for $7,500.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
When I got that, I'm posing with it.
Yeah.
But what if you go to them and they're still like, okay, we're not gonna help you?
Huh?
You going
Okay,
to them
so
for
take
help
that
though?
money out of your hat and go put it somewhere
Right.
for your future.
But I'm
dad.
saying everybody ain't prepared for their future. Everybody ain't,
No,
like y'all said, everybody ain't prepared to date. Everybody ain't prepared to be a leader. And I feel like that's why a lot of women have had to kind of step up, and it's kind of causing an imbalance.
Yeah,
Well,
because the
in
stuff that a
life.
man doesn't think about.
This is what
a
actually
woman
happened,
might
right?
think about.
So 40, 50 years ago, women stepping up to do it wasn't an option. Now that option exists. Women are exercising the option to be out here in the workforce. They don't want to do every job, because I didn't see one woman out here fixing no pipes doing no
I
snowstorms.
think because they have to.
I
More than, I feel like they have to.
I
more
help
than
fix my
more
pipes
than
in my house.
I'm a certified welder.
I'm not certified, but I did.
I feel like the man
We're
has
gonna have
to
people
step
calling
out.
you. Can
Those-
you
those
come?
are-
Don't call me.
Right, those extreme outliers. What I am saying, I will say my true statement yet again. I did not see with my eyes, nor did I see on the news,
Right.
nor did I made mention of any women fixing any pipes during the snowstorm.
No.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That is a rule of life.
We didn't choose that.
Women don't want to be outside fixing pipes during the snowstorm.
Right, and that goes to back and turns it around to his feminine and masculine thing.
Right.
But
So-
if you're a plumber, comment on this feed. Comment. on
I
this
ain't gonna
video.
lie, I didn't want
If
to
you're a
do
plumber,
it. But
or you do pipes, you weld,
I hate doing
any
all
type of
men
masculine
activities.
job.
Bro, I do
Yeah.
all kinds of man activities.
I
I work on my
I
car. I fix
know
everything in my
how,
house.
but I don't want to do any
I don't
man
know.
activities.
yeah, they
You know,
make
I
me
know
help.
how,
I lift heavy
but-
shit.
I have to help replace my furnace in the house. And do y'all,
I replace
know y'all-
everything. I fix
But like he
everything.
said, that's an extreme outlier. A typical woman isn't going to want to do that job
Yeah.
because that's not the. I'm not a woman. Hannah don't be wanting to carry bags.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
carry all my bags, and Barger be like, "Why you didn't ask for help?" Or "Why you didn't say this?" I take the trash out. He be
I
like,
don't.
"Why you took the trash out?"
I don't.
It's
Now,
just-
she'd be like, you could at least got that little.
Yeah,
bag
I
right
do
there.
all
Like,
of that.
if you
I feel
had-
like I should help.
But if you had
Like, why?
all-
Why
if
can't
you-
I do that? Like, why
If you
should I
have
do
all
it?
of the bags, what's that little bag? You could have just like.
But I do like the help too, though.
Girl, do your part and be useful.
I'm used to
If you need some help, I guess. Other than that, I don't even think about it.
All right, so this is gonna be an ongoing topic forever on the show. Sexual
Yeah.
polarity ain't going nowhere. It's
I
it's
know.
it's literally the circle of life. You know, we can try to avoid it, but it slaps us back in the face and slaps you on top of your head, whether you want to disregard it. You can't avoid it, church. It just is what it is. So
Right.
And I feel like we should end the show on that. We can do a part 2.
Yes, we can.
yeah, it's been 2 hours. So
Dang.
Dang.
We're chopping it up.
Chopping it up.
Dang.
And it's like
we was gonna get into how the men and women show love. We ain't gotta go on.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna circle back to that.
We can save it. But I do want to end it on some. I always end it on biblical context. Let's see, guys. What's God's definition of love, church? I'm gonna look up a scripture.
I already said it.
She said
The
it's
love
kind
is
and patient.
Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not boost. It does not envy. Love never fails. And I do believe in that. That's why I believe in that scripture. When I was into God heavily, went through my days, like I felt that scripture like hardcore. So that's sadistic with
Hey,
me.
BBW on my ass, man. She said, "Get back on topic." Then y'all tripping.
Yeah. Let's get back on her. though.
BBW.
Let's get back on her though.
She said that like that was an hour ago. So.
Aw.
Tell her we like
Hey,
tell her we like to do sideboards.
Y'all,
it's fun though. This
y'all
the
been
first.
out, y'all been outside. Y'all feminine essence is irking her nerves over here because she know what it look like.
Tell her she know this show was fun and stop it right now. You know this show was fun. It was lit.
Tell her
It was.
we didn't come here
It
to bring
was.
femininity. We came here to bring entertainment and controversy.
Right.
We
to the
came
show.
here to
We're not
adapt
gonna
and
be. We know how you
promote.
roll, and we understand how you roll. We understand your relationship. We love it. You know what I'm saying? But we came here to bring a different point of view. So it's not gonna be necessarily, on the level of what y'all bring. We understand. It's a balance. Just like we talk about yin and yang, it's gonna be a balance when y'all see us come on the show. We a little bit different. We a little
Somebody
bit rough
gonna
around
find
the
something
edges.
and any person that's on there on this stage, this platform, somebody
But shout
at
out to
home
the BBW.
looking, someone at home
Shout out to
looking
the
will be able to
BBW.
relate to
But
somebody.
my end game was to reach everybody anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody
More broad
come along for the
aspect.
ride.
Yeah.
But you gotta respect the realities. You do your thing now.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Do what-
But you can't just picture it like it's like a game of football, right? You gotta play your position.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta know their role.
Everybody ain't fit to be the quarterback.
Right.
Mhm.
Some of y'all need to be the water boy.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Some of y'all need to be Michelle and Kelly.
Some
Yep.
people need to just
Everybody
wanna
can't be
the
Beyonce,
trainer.
y'all.
Yeah.
Don't call me till you need me.
But the thing is that you still want everybody, the trainers, the kickers, the water boys, they still had an important job to do to help the team win.
Right.
Yeah, they gotta be their
Get it
best
out,
them.
get it
The
out,
problem
get it all together.
With society is everybody wants to be the
Oh, let me
quarterback.
go kick. Let me go do quarterback. Oh,
Nah,
let me
you
go
gotta
be the
be the
running back.
best
Oh, let me
that
go
you
be
are,
the
the
let
best
me be the
you.
center real quick. Oh, you ain't doing it
Do
right. Let
your
me be the
job the
center.
best way you can.
Oh, let me go
You be
kick.
the
Let me
best
do direction.
you.
Let me do
I'll
this.
be the best me. We can
Yeah,
come
be the
together.
best
We can
you.
make
Right at the end
a
of
great
it out,
team.
it all works out. It all ties in,
Yeah.
and we all win.
Y'all need
Within-
each other to survive.
And within the hierarchy of a romantic relationship, usually most of the time, the masculine individual is the quarterback, or is in the best interest of the team for the masculine individual to be the quarterback. The person who isn't the masculine individual can do things that the masculine individual necessarily can't do. They can't throw passes to themselves.
Mhm.
Somebody go catch the pass. You can't do everything. Everybody wants to. Technology has been our greatest benefit
Downfall.
and our greatest Achilles heel because it has
Yes.
enabled certain individuals to feel like they can do anything and everything, and everybody got a voice. I think the people.
Yes.
You want to know the reason why? You want to know the reason why MySpace failed and Facebook took over and it's going strong and it will never falter because Facebook forced everybody to be treated as equals. I could tell somebody who was stupid by their MySpace page because they had a bunch of viruses on there because they weren't smart enough to know that this is the wrong HTML file that does copy and paste,
Right.
and you got a bunch of viruses. Don't know you're an idiot just by your MySpace because you're not smart enough to avoid viruses. Facebook eliminated that.
I agree.
That's also why it's still successful.
We're gonna take care of that for you.
It will never go anywhere because they made everybody feel the same.
Right.
The stupidest person on Facebook and the smartest person on Facebook all look the same.
All wearing the same clothes.
No,
You got Instagram celebrities with real celebrities at the Grammys and shit. Like, why is these Instagram influencers with Beyonce and with Giselle Bundchen and stuff like that? Like, you're just an Instagram influencer. And y'all now you can wear the same clothes as Beyonce, you can wear the same clothes as everybody else. So now y'all just all equal. Everyone's a celebrity now, I guess.
So there's no real personalization. On MySpace, it was like personalized. You can make yours pink and have this going on, and when somebody clicks on you, they can have your song coming up. But on Facebook, you got your picture, your bio, your about. This is what that
That's
is.
on purpose. That's why it's been around so long and they go nowhere because they control it. They make sure you don't mess it up. Like I said, the fact that everybody feels like an equal on Facebook is the reason why it's so successful because it boosts the ego. Inherently for some people who shouldn't have a boosted ego. And that might be the next topic we've been driving, like big egos.
Yeah.
We might can drive in on that.
Yeah, that's why all girls want a Bentley truck for Valentine's Day now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's why girls gotta have a Hermes purse or my nigga don't love me. Hermes.
Right. And my thing is this.
Yeah, get these names right.
If that's what you want, young lady, this is how you get a man who can give that to you.
Exactly.
The man that's gonna be able to do that for you, and you like him, and he actually like. If you just really gotta get a Burmese bag, I can introduce you to some rich white men.
Neither one of y'all said nothing right.
I can show you some
Hermes.
Hermes. I don't know what it is.
Hermes.
But my point is this:
you want a Birkin?
It is possible for you to have that happily ever after. That dude who can give you everything your heart desires and more.
Exactly.
But it's gonna require more of you to just being
it's
pretty.
It's gonna be more,
and having a WAP.
You can't want that and then want to go after somebody that make $40,000 a year.
It's gonna require that work.
You know.
Yeah, that's a coach bag person.
All right, so we keep on getting passionate about the topics.
I don't think it's a problem, but yeah, let's wrap it
No,
up.
I'm not saying it's a problem at all, but
it's one.
if
I
we got
want
to
the
pop it up
audience
here,
to know we passionate. That's why we kind of side.
We are. That's why we
try to wrap it up here because y'all people got places to go. So what is? I'm gonna look up a scripture, see what it says
Will
about.
it be fitting for tonight or?
Always in the live streams with a spiritual context.
Yeah, it's gonna say it's no other love, no greater love. That's what's gonna find for
no way. What's gonna pop up is for God. For God so loved the world. That's what's gonna pop up.
Right. So that's that. He laid the life for everyone. That's the love scripture for the Bible.
Key Bible verses on love. Crossword articles.
For God so loved the world.
1 Corinthians. That's the one you talking about. Let's find another one since you already said that. Ephesians 5th chapter 25th through 27th verse. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. All right, so
let's say a prayer. Y'all ain't never did that. Touch and agree. Do y'all all feel comfortable with saying a prayer? I'm sorry, I just said.
Let's go ahead and say this prayer.
Yeah. Yes. Lord, thank you for gathering us tonight. Lord, thank you for these topics and the understanding of the congregation couch, and everybody for hearing the information and the word that we spread tonight. Lord, let us grow. Let us be in everybody's homes by this time. I'll say in a few months, but I'll give it to next year. Lord, give us the strength to maintain and do everything that we need to do. Thank you for this congregation couch tonight, and thank you for everything you've done for us. Amen.
Amen.
God bless the podcasters, the steppers, the strippers, the scammers, and the awesome.
God bless another trap nigga.
Hey, Jesus didn't hang out with good people. He hang out with the
everybody.
Honestly,
that's true.
But they ain't saying you supposed to be doing that at church.
No. But he also said just because they feet dirty don't mean you shouldn't wash them.
Right.
We trying to help y'all get out the mud. Understand me?
All right.
Get it out the mud for real. All right, church. We're gonna wrap it up. We've been on here for about 2 hours, man. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live. We're gonna try to do this more often. I don't know if they got bedtimes or whatever. We up here pretty late.
They got 5 kids,
so
bro.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to get outside like this all the time, but it was definitely a lovely first live. We got another piece of content is in the process of getting edited right now. Understand me?
And we're coming up.
And as soon as that's ready, we'll be putting that out to church. We're gonna try to get on the gas, understand me, and keep the content coming out. We keep investing, and I think the Lord will bless us. It bless His podcast to do what it's supposed to do. My goal was to be the best podcast in the history of the planet Earth, and that's what I still want to do.
Amen.
The goal is to help anybody, everybody. It don't matter if you straight, gay, black, white, Mexican. I don't care.
Purple, orange, red.
I don't care what you are, who you
red,
are.
blue, black, red.
Sexual polarity applies to you. It's literally the energy of God. It started with that. We didn't start and come on the earth just on accident, But we'll let y'all go for a night, church. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Understand me? And we out this thing.
Church.